Ladies and gentlemen, oh god, we're accidentally doing Death Knight last. I just noticed that. It was the only way, Oblitero. So Paladin, we've already done one of Paladin, and we're going to race through one of Druid, so we might actually hit Shaman today. We shall see. By the way, I don't want to bear the lead, but this score is accurate, and all we've done so far is artifact quests. If some people are wondering why Legion tends to sit so high on the list, this is one of the reasons why. Yeah, it tracks. Like it or not.
Light be with you. Light bless you. For the Alliance.
Okay, so that was the 2-hour quest. How'd you do it, Uther?
Azeroth will not fall while
How'd you do it? I mean, there's very, very, very few artifact quests which are worthy of any kind of negatives. So far we've had like 2.
In the light.
So let's go ahead and get our protection thing. Truthguard. The ancient vrykul saga speaks of a shield crafted by Tyr himself. During the Winterscorn War, it was used to expose Loken's lies to the vrykul and convert many to Tyr's cause. Let's switch to prot here real quick.
We will prevail. May the light give you strength.
This should look familiar because we've already been here twice. Maybe familiar with Auric Trueheart. He has devoted his time after the Northrend campaign to learn more about Tyr. Auric has evidence of a powerful shield crafted by Tyr long ago. With the help of the Sunwalkers, we may be able to seek it out.
You can always count on.
Let's go then. What? Oh. Yeah, we already did Warlock. Warlock and Rogue. The only thing I don't like about it, because I do overall like that, that's a weird animation, is the fact that we don't cause havoc with the portals. But even that, I would be willing to lose that for the rest of it.
How are you doing? Farewell to ye. Since the defeat of the Lich King, I've spent my time around Ulduar, learning about Tyr. He was the only Titan Keeper who fought Loken during his betrayal. I found a vrykul saga describing a powerful shield Tyr crafted for his vrykul champion to carry into battle.
I have some ability to speak with the long-departed. We may be able to question the hero in this saga directly.
Aye, that's my hope. With your help, we have a chance of finding this artifact. Greetings! Goodbye! See ya around!
Actually, I've already done some legwork. I believe Gorvold is buried at Shield Hill in the Helling Fjord. Taho can help me look at the grave, and with a short ritual, we should have our answers.
The tower in the middle of Dolaran has a portal to Wormrest Temple. Should get you most of the way there. Tahu, thanks again for helping us Paladins.
You asked the Sunwalkers for aid, and I have come. May my presence bring success to your quest, Auric.
Actually, that's a fair point. It would be a minuscule change to make us responsible for portals. All you do is have the Nightborn, as his last act, fling the thing forward, disrupt Gul'dan, which gets rid of the barrier on us, right? That's the important part. It frees us. We get out, grab the staff, and then, you know. What are you two doing here looking like that? Oh, right. I'm on a character who is not time-walking. Because I can't. Oh my god, Papanese. That's great. Anyways. Draw me! Yeah, we're... Unfortunately, the Paladin campaign's going to be a little bit weird because I actually do not have a valid Paladin in the correct area. I'm going to talk about Switch 2 stuff tomorrow. No. However, if you want, I'll talk about it right now. The Switch 2 is coming out, and it's going to have backwards compatibility. That's it. None of this is news. Forgive me, but those of us who've been paying attention to the Switch 2 news for, the better part of the last year know that, yeah, we always knew it was going to be a hardware boost. We always knew it was going to be physically larger, and we always knew it was going to have some degree of backwards compatibility. Where am I going? I'm going to the fjord. I'm going completely the wrong way. The Mario Kart 9 thing... that's a soft announcement at best, but yeah. We don't know anything about it whatsoever, so frankly, that's right along the lines of the fact that Elder Scrolls 6 is announced. It's a true statement, it just doesn't mean anything. Right? Like, it's true. The Elder Scrolls 6 has been announced. That just... Sorry, I don't mean to sound dismissive. It's just, there's no news. People keep asking me to, like, dissect the news, and I'm like, okay. It's coming out. Like, the only real bit of news, and I'm going to say it that way, the only real bit of news, the only thing that was actually new to me during the Switch 2 announcement was the fact that it's going to have digital backwards compatibility. That's it. Everything else was already known. Even the Mario Kart 9 thing, which is supposed to be a launch title alongside Red Dead Redemption 2. We don't know a lot of specifics about the hardware other than that it's better. The fact that they have RDR2 running on it is a statement in the same way that Skyrim running on the Switch 1 was a statement. A lot of people forget that was one of the initial titles for the Switch. There's even a promo for it. That's all I got. Hopefully they fixed the drift. I would say roughly a 0% chance, Lord Hermon. With a 1% chance of failure. Or a 1% chance of inaccuracy, excuse me. Oh, this is a trip. I should have just gone from frickin' Undercity. Might have been faster. I actually have never had Joy-Con drift either. Thank God. I have, however, had my Joy-Con slowly lose the ability to have proper connection with the Switch. To the point where I only have really 2 functioning Joy-Cons at this point. That have no issues. It's really quite frustrating. It's hard to do speed runs when the jump button doesn't work periodically.
This land haunts me still. So much pain and death. Well, let's get on with it. Hello?
I trust the journey wasn't too long or hard.
See ya around.
Ah, you should read the saga yourself. It's right there. We're here to speak with the spirit of the vrykul at all. Tahoe Sagewood's a powerful seer. He should be able to bring the spirit back. It'll be up to us to convince him to speak. Reminder, the Shadowlands didn't exist yet. I'm almost positive we could point to when the jailer started existing. What I'm not sure of is when the Shadowlands started existing. I'm going to be paying attention this time around to see if when they start actually dropping hints of something other than just the way it's always been, you know?
Goodbye.
Excuse me.
Greetings, friend.
I misjudged how long ago this happened. I'll need more time to prepare. In the meantime, I've attuned this scroll. Okay.
Goodbye.
See, the thing is, we have a pretty clear perspective on several things behind the scenes at this point. Like, we know enough from enough that we can piece together a reasonable proximity of what the heck was going on and when and why and how. Excuse me. But there's still a couple of question marks there. It's an heritage quest. That would track, actually. I should mention these aren't supposed to be dying in one hit, but we're level 71, and these are level 30. And that's just going to be the entire Paladin chain, and there's nothing I can do about it, and we're all just going to accept that and live with it. Excellent. Threes. Oh, what's that dish called? Oh, you're going to make me look it up now. Queso fundido. Did you happen to get that? Let's see. We had a lot of heritage.
Found you, and you have found the grave.
What's the next step?
I will begin the ritual. Focus your will upon the spirit while our friend keeps us safe.
That's me, yeah.
Let's get to it.
It's okay. I'm actually literally a time traveler. I'm the lore remix character.
To ease the pain of my failure. Why do you disturb me?
I've read your saga. Where did you find the shield?
It seems you compel me to answer. My journey took me to Stormheim, to a tomb of warrior kings. There, I found a shrine to Tyr's champion, but was denied entry. I tried many times, until I could bear the pain no longer. I returned in disgrace, and sought to wash away my failure in the blood of others.
We will finish what ye started.
Return to your rest, and be disgraced no more.
Thanks for your help, Tarhu. I won't forget this.
It was my honor to serve. I must go to Netherlight Temple and inform the Conclave of our success.
As for us, we should get back to Dalaran. I'll meet you there.
By the way, in case you missed that, that was a priest of the Conclave, aka the Priest Order Hall. The priest and paladin quests line up with each other so much that during the Warcraft I actually condensed them into a single story. That makes sense. The priests, again, paladins are priests. They're just militant priests. They're martial priests. They're priests with armor and armament. So it makes perfect sense. I'm telling you, we need shadow paladins.
How are you doing?
Actually, I meant the Lorecraft, but I did the same thing in the lore run, yes. I think I already have a lead on that island. It's this one that we've been to twice already.
Goodbye.
Let's do it.
Mount this wee birdie here and follow me to Stormheim.
I think that's weird. The weird one would be if the hunters and the druids helped each other.
Kato, I'm glad you could make it. The shield is close. I can feel it.
I'm here, aren't I? Let's find this shield. Some of us have a war to get back.
Kato's the best healer around. We're lucky we didn't have to wait in a queue for his services. Tomb's up ahead. Let's get in there and find that shrine. We'll follow your lead, hero.
Notice, by the way, Auric here is not only a retribution.
Halt! You pollute this hallowed ground with your greed! Be gone!
Anyways, he's not only a paladin who's retribution, big old two-hander, but he mentions he spent a lot of his recent time around Ulduar, and he's actually wielding a two-hander from Ulduar. The healer over here, he's got a little bit more mixed gear. But I do like the idea of a prot paladin being escorted by a holy paladin and a retribution paladin. So, unfortunately for you, I'm level 71. So, yeah, I saw Hazardous. My niece and I are quite excited. The Machine Shadow. I don't know.
Well, look at that. Seems Uther was the champion, and he came here after Tyr's fall.
Red October. Appropriate. So, one time through here we had to use Warrior to hook. Another time we had to use our pets to get through. But we're Paladin. How does a Paladin get through? Oh, it's not invuln. I could have sworn that was the answer. Never mind then. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Oh.
A glowing door. Wee bit obvious, don't you think? What have we here? This tablet says you need to withstand the door's gaze. I'm betting that's not gonna be pleasant. Care to give it a try?
Sure, I've got cooldowns. Live cooldowns.
Protection magic! That damage is too much for me to heal!
Oh, wow, that actually hurts. Oh, wow, that actually hurts.
Ye
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
a pile of ash on the ground. Eat it.
Ow. I wasn't ready for that.
Ooh, another tablet. This champion is still forged, never touched by the curse of flesh. We should take care.
I bid you greetings, opener of doors. You are the first. I am Ygritte, champion of Tyr. Let us see if you are worthy to bear his shield.
Right. The Time Lord Lorimex.
Long have I waited for one who proves worthy. Face me in battle, that we might test your heart.
Okay.
Let us talk. Let us begin. I am beaten. You are indeed worthy. Were Tyr alive, he would make you his champion. I hereby bestow truthguard upon you. Use it to defend Azeroth from its enemies.
We did it! Okay, I love the look of Truthguard, can I just say that? Not this exact look. I'll show you the one I like most. But, oh man.
I am weary. With a worthy successor, my long vigil is at an end. Fight for truth and justice, champion. In Tyr's name.
Amazing! Good to see the shield in your hands. Me and Kato will head to Dalaran and report to Tyrosus. If you need a ride, my hippogriff's outside.
No, I do need a ride. Damn it. Gosh darn it. I also didn't have an aura on. Whoops. Look, I swear I've played Paladin before. Once, twice, yeah. Yeah, this is my character that I was soloing raids with during the Pandaria remix. I actually leveled several characters during it. This is the one I cranked. Never got all the way up to max, but man, I came close.
Oh, I have just the
That's
thing.
also when I discovered that Ret Paladin is in a really good place right now. Okay, so here we go. So we got this set up, you know. It's fine. I like that mace a lot. Not a huge fan of that shield. But then we got this sucker. This, oh god, that's amazing. I love it. Slightly different color variant there. Then there's this monstrosity, which is brilliant. The ghost saber thing. And then there's these variants. So first of all, there's Truthguard itself, but like... These are my favorite takes on the shields. Whoops. These ones right here. I'm not sure I have a favorite amongst them. All those color combos are good. For someone like a Zandalar, I think we'll go full golden. Although... maybe more like that? That feels like that fits better. We'll go with that. Under the bronze look.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
Since nowadays you can actually transmog individually when it comes to the two-handed artifacts, I can actually switch this up a bit. Oh, absolutely, Tyr. In fact, you know what it could do? What I will do. I must do. Or, sorry.
Crunchy, lucky doos and root.
So let's do one-handed maces. And then we have to find Legion, which we've already passed somehow. What the hell is Legion? That's still Warlords. But that's BFA, isn't it? Okay, let's try one-handed swords, because naturally a mace... It is! Whatever. So we got that. Shields. Okay, let's see what we got here. Well, this is the purple one that was being referenced, I do believe. We've also got this beauty and this amazing thing. The Suramar Guard Shield, the magic shield. Also got that thing. Don't worry about that. There's actually some very cool shields in this game. Go figure. Let's just go with that.
Farewell, friend of the
A little
Grummel.
mix and match. Doesn't quite match the golden Zandalara, but that's okay. Purple and gold is not exactly a bad combo. Don't think about it. Don't think about his Mirror Star. Don't think about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm in a hurry. Right. Need to be hurrying.
At your service. May the light give you strength.
You know,
Walk always in the light.
maybe we should get the Ashbringer.
Azeroth will not fall while we stand. You can always count on me.
High Lord Tirion may be gone, but the Ashbringer's still out there somewhere. Its power would devastate the Legion. We must find it. I wish it were as simple as returning to where Tirion fell. Could be anywhere on that infernal fellscape by now. I believe an old friend can help us find the blade. I ask you to place your faith in me and return to Uther's tomb in the Plaguelands. Okay. This is actually interesting. Obviously, this is full retcon territory, so none of this is true yet, but this still actually makes sense with the retcon, because this is just this half of Uther. I actually specifically referenced this very, very briefly in the Warcraft. The way I said it was, we went and talked to half of Uther's soul, and then just ran on without even paying more attention to it. I doubt most people even noticed the little thing. I actually do several little references to Shadowlands in the Warcraft. I love the wings on this thing. I always have. Hey, look, it's the Warlock. Hi, Warlock. Hi, Aramdumia. Goodbye. Oh, that's a slightly better statue than it used to look. I suppose I shouldn't commune with the statue. That would just be crazy. Oh, and yes, this is my mount as a paladin. I see no issues with
It
this.
seems the High Lord's absence has affected more than just the living.
What's going on here?
At your service.
These brave watchers require our aid. The light may well ignore our prayers if we choose not to help our brethren.
I will prepare the ceremony while you assist our allies.
Okay.
What brings you here?
We must ensure those buried here are never again disturbed. Their spirits, their very presence only perturbs the light. This cannot continue. 50 thumbs up, pillars of snow. And I actually have a Zandalari Druid. I must maintain this barrier to ensure none of the wayward souls enter the Lightbringer's resting place. If you can purify the graves themselves, this madness can cease.
Farewell.
I am a retribution paladin.
Baladash, Malanore.
The lost souls roaming the cemetery grounds have been drawn to the realm of the living in the wake of the light's disturbance. In truth, they merely seek comfort, as we all do in these dark times. However, their unrest threatens the very sanctity of the tomb we are sworn to protect. If we are to restore peace here, they must be exorcised.
Remember the Sunwell.
I do love the idea that a night elf and a blood elf are the ones defending Uther's tomb. There's a poetry to that. The best magic to counter Fel with? Historically speaking, a combination of arcane and nature. If you want to know why Retribution is cool in about half a second, this is why. Bingo. Pillars of snow. Honestly, I'd theorized before that arcane and nature would be a good restorative kind of a thing. It wasn't until, ironically, Legion that they confirmed that in-game. With the Arkandor. Now, that's a plot thread that I love, and I really hope they keep going with. Be freed, my minions. I mean, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It's literally order and nature. And nature is kind of its own thing, but... rather than consumptive chaos, like Fel, or corruptive chaos, like Void, it's living chaos. Living chaos given order, well, that just sounds like healing to me. We know that nature unchecked is a really bad thing. We've encountered that many times, including in Warlords not too long ago.
Anu Belore Delana.
Ishnuala.
We are ready to commune with Lord Uther. Join me at the tomb.
We seek aid not from a living friend, but one who passed long ago. Uther the Lightbringer was more attuned to the subtleties of the light than any paladin I've ever known. If we reach out to him, he may be able to help us find the ashbringer. The ceremony's prepared. Approach when you're ready. And
Uther's resting place lies just ahead. Begin when you are ready.
Yeah, music's too quiet. Real quick, we do know that nature unchecked is too bad. When Agrimar first showed up in Draenor, that's exactly what Draenor was. And he even flat out stated that the whole world is going to kill itself with unchecked nature. That's why he set up Rond.
Light, hear our prayers, for shadows close in around us. Grant us this one audience, so the Ashbringer may yet save our world.
Maxwell, my old friend. It's been too long.
Uther, it's really you.
And you sound like the Lich King for some reason.
Both doing the light's work. But if you seek to recover the Ashbringer, you must hurry.
Do you know where it is, Uther? We risk everything if we return to that place.
I can feel the Ashbringer calling out from an island that lies close to the tomb of the Evil One. And the blade is not alone. Tirion still lives, but his light is fading. You must move swiftly, or he will perish. That is all I can tell you. Good luck, friends. Walk always in the light.
Uther, wait! I have more to ask you! Uther!
In a bit, Uther.
We will prevail. Take care of yourself out there.
Tirion, still alive. Gordon's alive. We have to save him. Light's Hope Chapel's not far from here. We must rally our forces and leave at once for the Broken Shore.
Walk always in the light. If Tirion is still alive, we will save him. Or die trying.
Let's do it, brother. And yeah, they use the term ashbringer to apply to the person and the weapon pretty interchangeably, and for good reason. How is Tirion still alive? Bye, Aramdumia. Anyways, so now that we've moved on from that question and we'll never return to it, actually, yeah, we really do have a pretty good answer as to why. Remember, this is part of... spoilers. This is all a plot by Balnazzar. Balnazzar's had a hard-on for turning paladins to evil, basically his entire time on Azeroth. It's one of the only things he's ever done on Azeroth, is convert paladins to his forces. It's his shtick, right? You gotta have a gimmick. You gotta distance yourself from the crowd. So him keeping Tirion alive as part of this trap, because this is totally a trap, yeah, that actually tracks for me.
At your service. May the light give you strength. Take care of yourself out there.
Tirion is fading away on the infernal shore, and the Ashbringer with him. Let's not waste another moment. Let's go!
You brave souls have been chosen to strike into the depths of hell itself to rescue High Lord Tirion. This is your last chance to turn back.
How successful has it been over the years?
The broken shore awaits.
I mean,
we leave on our champion's command.
Balnazzar has knocked over many paladin groups in his career, including the Scarlet Crusade more than once. Like, he's as close to a recurring enemy the paladins have. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the closest things we have to a recurring enemy for paladins in general. So, welcome back to the Broken Shore. Home sweet home.
The demons before us are all that stand between us and the Ashbringer. Regardless of the outcome, our families will know that we fought for the freedom and safety of our world. We move on our champion's command.
Hey guys, do you mind if I just kill your entire army by myself?
Argent Crusade, charge!
Such arrogance must be punished.
us. I must finish breaking our nest.
The fiends have Tirion! We have to act quickly. Champion, I'll signal for our Hippogriff riders to get our fallen to Light's Hope Chapel. You must forge ahead and find the High Lord.
I hate to point this out, but you notice that the only two survivors of that attack were Tyrosus and us. And Tyrosus is one of the strongest paladins of the new era. Now, there's a weird thought. I think at this point the only paladin of the old era.
Mortals are so vain, so arrogant. You will suffer for your hubris.
The only paladin left of the old order at this point is Tirion.
The suffering of this one's soul has been taxing, but he will be ours soon. Now the light burns in my heart. I will never surrender. No, the ashbringer must not. By the light,
Tirion! By all that is holy, what have they done to you?
Can you picture what it'd be like to be encased in crystallized
I'll
fel?
break Tirion free. You must find the ashbringer while there's still time.
No, really. Picture that for a second. Solidified fel energy. Ugh. Like being encased in solid acid that burns. Ugh. And yeah, I'm kind of with you, Fife. Tirion, they have a lot of interesting things they could do with Tirion, and I hope they do at least one of them. He doesn't have to be... Like I think they could do something more nuanced than he's evil, but also more nuanced than he's a good guy. I think they could do some fun stuff with him. And you'll notice a big theme of the last couple of expansions has been passing of the guard and, you know, moving on to a new way of thinking, a new way of operating. I mean, the Gilneas quest alone is all about that.
The Light's greatest champion has arrived to claim the Holy Ashbringer and lay waste to my kin.
Correct, Uther.
They say only the pure can wield the High Blade. Come, champion. Claim your destiny.
Yeah, that's not a trap or anything. I believe the meme is. That's bait. Also, only the pure can wield it. Bull crap! Have you seen some of the people who've wielded this sword? It's a light sword. That's fine. Also, can I just say, I have never liked the default look of Ashbringer. I'm sorry. I know it's iconic, I kind of don't care.
I've been waiting for you, Paladin. Know that I will rip the soul from your flesh and make your body my own.
Yep, he's gonna pull the same thing with us that he did with
I
Dathran.
will turn you into a weapon of the Legion. I will use your hollow shell to corrupt and destroy everything you have ever loved, piece by piece. Now kneel. Kneel before your new master.
give me the strength to shatter these bonds.
You cannot fight my will. You are mine. Very well. This will be a fine test.
Are you sure? Like, do you really want to fight me, Balnazzar? Okay.
You think this is over, Paladin? Our journey together has just begun.
You must come quickly. Tirion called for you by name. I fear he does not have long for this world. Hurry!
He was like, Champion! Champion, I need you! Please, say my name. Champion! Just say my name, please.
We have to get out of here before more demons come. Quickly, the High Lord is just outside the temple.
And yeah, a very Paladin moment, in addition to the obvious callback to Tirion. So,
Closer.
probably wondering why we didn't get a send-off to Tirion. It's because only Paladins get that.
Wield the blade. You must stop the Legion. You must become the ashbringer.
You will be missed, brother. We must go to Light's Hope Chapel at once. High Lord Fordring deserves to be put to rest among the ancient heroes of the light buried there.
I hate myself for this, but I'm going to give this a negative. I actually like this question, so I'm also going to give it a positive. But, like, god damn it. That's just Tirion Fordring. He has been with us since WoW Vanilla. He was one of the only actual honest-to-God story arcs back in Vanilla. You killed him like a punk twice. Like, what? Yeah, I like the Balnazzar side of things. I like where we're going with that. But Tirion just... What? Okay, hear me out for just a second. I'm sure you're going to disagree with me, Uther, and that's fine. But hear me out for a second. Imagine if Tirion was already dead, so we don't have to have two terrible funerals for this character. Imagine if he was just straight up dead. And we've gotten word on the Ashbringer, the weapon. We come here, we fight Balnazzar, he enslaves us, he says he's going to pull a Dathrahan on us. And then we hear the exact line we heard in the game, which was a very quiet whisper of Tyrion's voice actor saying, "Give me the strength to shatter these bonds." Then we do, and we fight him, and it's actually a pretty cool boss fight, and blah, 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 right? I think that would have worked better than this.
We will prevail. You can always count on me.
Well, anyways, Tyrion's dead. Cool. Again, technically. From our perspective, this is the second time we've watched him die. Yeah, killing off Tirion actually makes a lot of sense. I'm with that. I'm not sure I would do it if I was in charge. We'll find out when we get to our Warcraft, won't we? But it does make a degree of sense. You want at least a few named characters to die. Because otherwise... Well, otherwise it's the Star Trek problem. I do agree there's other ways to challenge and show stakes without death. I do. But in this circumstance, with the Legion invading, you kind of want to have characters dying, you know? But I think they should have been more specific about who and how and where and when and why. Because, yeah, this is Legion, and this is the Burning Legion. Either way, That was Paladin. Let's move on quickly. To Druid. We're going to race through our first Druid quest. Because it'll look familiar. I'm only doing it on camera because I don't remember if any of it's different at all. I really don't. So we're going to find out. Actually, you know what would be an interesting... Oh, I like that idea. Oh, that's so evil, though. So Tirion doesn't die. But he is so scarred by Fel. And remember, it's a plot point that Fel bypasses things, right? That it goes past most other rules, for lack of a better way to put that, right? It's why Vol'jin died. Vol'jin was a guy who took a freaking dagger to the throat at point-blank range and survived it. But he gets impaled and infused with Fel and he dies. Can't survive that. That makes sense. Fel bypasses most things. So Tirion doesn't die, but he is so scarred, literally, soul-scarred by Fel, he cannot connect to the light anymore. Now, he's still Tirion. He can still live the rest of his life. He can serve as an advisor. He can cope with that because he has now been permanently changed by that and has to understand what that means and how that means for him. We could have that pay back in the future if we ever decide to do something with the light being evil or the light being overly zealous, shall we say. But Tirion actually lives. Yeah, Arenvald is actually very similar to what I was thinking there. Hello, Evo. And thank you, Drew and Grayman. As always. Yeah, he could probably have a crisis of faith. But at the same time, maybe he wouldn't, too. Like, I guess my point is, as a writer, there's so many directions we could take that. That's such a wonderful launching platform to do more stuff with him as a character, to do more stuff for him, to do more stuff for the light, to do more stuff for the paladins. He's still passing the torch. The major theme is still there. Still being able to go ahead and move that torch onwards and allowing it to be, allowing the next generation of paladins to take over. Shop 2. I have no mouth. Silent Hill 2R. Now, if I'm being really mean, you know what I would do? I would make the Fel scarring temporary, but he doesn't know that. Nobody knows that. All they know is that he was cut off from the light, and so he lost his faith. Actually, yes, and on purpose, Pillars of Snow.
Is this hello or goodbye? If you find a powerful weapon, just make sure it isn't corrupted by the Burning Legion.
The idea would be that sometime down the line, something somewhere would allow him to understand that he actually... that he isn't actually cut off from the light. That the Fel scarring was... basically, the Fel scarring has healed. That it was a scar that is healed, that it's a wound that is gone, and that he could access the light again, and probably has been able to for some time. And then there's this big question which immediately follows that. Now what? Well, I was going to do balance first anyways, because repeat quests are super awesome.
King's honor, friend.
Greetings. It is fortunate I found you. Your presence is requested at Moonglade.
Throw this Hearthstone on the ground. There we go. Yeah, I'd go to Moonglade if you'd give me the quest, Hamul. Hamul. Come back here. No, you come back here. Okay, this worked last time. Maybe it'll work this time. Nope. I don't know what I did to fix it last time. That's part of the problem. Come on, Hamul. We tried relogging and that didn't work the one time. So we're gonna try something else here. Hamul, no! He's dead. He's dead. As it should be. Yeah, flight form, flight form. I never did the quest in Outland! Yep, what the fire druids couldn't accomplish, I did. There we go.
Greeting. I'll meet you there as soon as you conclude your business in Dalaran.
That's... Nazgrim. God, he is everywhere in this game. I guess I'll just go straight to Moonglade then, won't I? I love this scythe. I actually got this scythe when it was hard. And yes, I am proud of that, thank you. It is such a cool looking scythe.
Nature seeks balance in all things.
I'm pleased you came on such short notice. We have a great undertaking here in the Moonglade that's about to begin, one in which you will play a cool role. Key role.
A single thought is worth many action.
Beating the Legion requires us to strike quickly and unexpectedly. We've discovered a dream way by which we may travel through the dream itself. Though only a short walk through the dream, it allows us to cross vast differences. Yeah, I've played Minecraft. I know how this works. Thanks. We will go there to see Zentabra and Naralex.
Zentabra's camp is on the western shore of the lake. Naralex was camped on the eastern shore, but he's prone to wandering off. So keep your eyes and ears open.
So, once again, we're going to have a lot more named characters again. Druid, right? Zentabra was the druid they added in Kata to represent the troll druids. Naralex, he's been around since vanilla, and we had a whole quest chain for him back in Kata.
Hey, man. You not be coming to Zentabra for some fish. What you be wanting? Your spirit burns bright. So, time to see if we can really be making this happen. This gonna be needing everything we have to give and more. The spirits, they be silent to me on this. That mean they not opposed to it either. Very well. I'll meet you at the ritual.
I mean, the score so far agrees with Favren. All of these pluses are just for, like, the Broken Shore, the first Broken Shore, and the artifact stuff. We haven't even gotten to the Order Hall stuff yet. Naralex, I swear to God, if you're asleep. You best not be sleeping, boy. Again. Woken you up twice now. Oh my God, he's asleep. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! You see this scythe? Huh? I don't remember what it's called. The Unmaker. This is the scythe of the Unmaker. Do you want to know why it's called that? Because if you don't, then wake up.
Protect the wilds. Goodbye. No need to be quiet. The trees already whispered to me of your arrival.
Did they say, "Oh crap, she's got a scythe! Get up before she kills you!" Because they were right. David Lodge is amazing. He actually does a lot of voices in Warcraft. Our FF14 friends might recognize him as the voice of Louis Sois in the intro and some narration.
We serve the land. Nature is resilient.
The preparations for the ritual are now complete. Come with me, I will guide you to the ceremony.
Earth Mother watch over. Now Furion waits for you by the barrow dens to the east. Follow me. The Legion's arrival has thrown our world out of balance. I've sensed great unrest within the Emerald Dream. There are powerful druids in Val-Shara who grew under Cenarius' tutelage after the Great Sundering. Their knowledge of druidism is ancient and unparalleled. Having their might on our side is essential if we are to stop the Legion. Opening the path to this ancient home of all Druids will be no small feat. I hope you're ready for the task.
Greetings to you both. The tremors from the Emerald Dream grow more potent. We must begin the ritual at once. The ritual will focus our energy into a portal at the center of the structure. We must keep it stable.
Look, I got a lot of respect for a lot of these guys, but Malfurion could go to hell.
Prepare yourself. Step into the circle when you are ready.
Also, yeah, this is the first time Narlox had a voice, didn't he? Even though he's been in 2 expansions before now.
Excellent. The path is taking form. It grows more stable by the moment. The Dreamway is ready. Good work, everyone.
I'd love to like Malfurion, but I'm not a good liar.
I must protect the wild.
Well done. Now that the path is open, we can begin our journey to Val'sharah.
May nature guide your path.
Dang it, Bragwin. Why is your name not showing up? The portal to the Dreamway is open, and it is here our paths must part. The Moonglade remains vulnerable to attacks of the Legion, and I must ensure it is well defended. I'm entrusting you with the mission to Val'sharah. Archdruid Greathoof is the leader of the Druids there. He's wise in the old ways. He'll provide valuable assistance. The dream can be dangerous, so I send Keeper Romulos to guide you. Meet with him on the other side.
Nature stands with you.
Malfurion's fine in Legion. He is. I will give him that. He is fine. And I honestly think that's the heights of what he manages. In WoW.
We've arrived.
Physically, I mean.
We must find the Druids of Val'sharah and request their aid.
Can I just say, I love our first ever real look at the Dream. Before now, it's always been just the place we actually are, but kind of with a green filter on things. This is a whole new zone to represent the Dream.
No, the nightmare. In this part of the Dream? How is it possible?
And our visual representation
These nightmare
of the
finds
nightmare.
from our path. Go forth and destroy the source of the corruption that spawned them.
Couple things before we move forward. I love the patterns. They've never fully explained what these patterns mean, but it helps add a necessary visual element to make you see that this is not a normal forest, that this is a fantastical forest, right? The circular spiral thing is all over the place as a motif throughout the Emerald Dream. Look at the roots up there. You see those? Same thing. And I feel like there's another place here that does it. I could be wrong. But it's a constant visual motif in the Dream, and they use it pretty much from this point onward, since this is the first time we've seen the Dream. You also notice the Dream is much foggier than most other places, which makes sense, and much more overgrown, which makes sense. And I just said this, but to reiterate, it's our first real look ever at the Nightmare. First and foremost, I love the veins. It goes from being floral to fleshy so naturally. Follows the same patterns too if you're paying attention. How many of you ever noticed that the fungal moss on the ground has eyeballs in it? and there's spikes, and the trunks of the trees are pulsating like they're blood vessels. We're not quite there yet, but I'm going to argue many visual positives for the way they portray the nightmare in this expansion. It is essentially perfect. It goes right up to the line of horrifically creepy without ever crossing it. And it is such an aesthetic. Oh, and also everything has the same overall color motif as well. Black and red. Just look at that. Look at, even though there are other colors though. We've got greens, we've got purples, we've got pinks. We've got kind of gray thing going on. There's a couple of other like dark greens over there. But still, what color palette dominates the screen right now? Black and red. Exactly, Aurelia. That's a really good way to put that. It is scary, but it's not just gross for gross sake. If I can say something that'll make me unpopular to 100% of the people listening to this, this is what Dark Souls tries and fails to do. Now, that's actually a lie, because Dark Souls doesn't try this at all. But you get my point.
Excellent work. Even now, the foul creep of the nightmare has begun to recede.
Oh yeah, and the veins. Do you see that?
Come,
see
let
that little
us
effect?
Continue to our destination.
Yeah, I am being a little facetious. Dark Souls and Bloodborne, they're just gross. They're just trying to be gross. They are succeeding at being gross. They're not scary because they're gross. There's the difference. This is scary. Well, that's scary. This is terrifying right here. So many flowers. Ugh.
We made it. Ah, these forests are just as I remember them. An ancient magic protects the Dream Grove. Here, all brothers and sisters of the wilds will find sanctuary. Come, we must find the Druids of Val'sharah and request their aid.
Yeah, question. Why do you sound like the Lich King? Dark Souls is almost never gross. No, I got nothing. I got nothing. I give up. Okay, I'm back. So as I was saying, Dark Souls is gross. Moving on. I love this area. Again, try not to talk about it too much.
Druid Greathoof. We have traveled far to seek your aid.
I've heard the land cry out, son of Cenarius. The Legion threatens us all.
Then we must act swiftly and ready the weapons of old for war.
The weapons of old. Yes, they would help indeed. But they are beyond our ability to wield.
There is no one better suited for this task than this champion.
Very well. Your task will not be easy, but I shall do all that I can to aid you.
You have to do a quest you've just done on your warlock. Can you accomplish this?
You ask of nature. Walk in peace.
Sure. I was just showing off the Zandalari forums while switching the camera over to you there, Bergman.
We are nature's guardians. Go with Cenarius's...
Illuminadori, I must speak with you at once.
Alex? What's up?
I'm awake.
I've received word that Tyrande herself has authorized the release of a great artifact, the Scythe of Elune. Valoran Stillbow has agreed to give up the weapon, which he has kept as part of an investigation into the cursed Worgen of Duskwood. I believe you will be our best hope in wielding its power.
This too shall pass.
Okay, well, let me actually pick up the quest. I just hit pick up quest. There we go.
The Dream Grove has its own gate to the Dreamway. Through it, you can travel to the far corners of Azeroth.
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of actually being serious because, being serious is boring and dumb. I was mostly just making a joke. But I do want to say this, because some people have actually asked me this. Some people have actually said, Lord, why do you like horror, or horrifying stuff, or terror, or atmospheric stuff, like The Nightmare, when you hate gross? And that's always struck me as such a range question, because they're different things. Right? And that's basically the answer. They're different things. Just because I like coffee doesn't mean I like Mountain Dew, you know? And I don't like coffee.
Our champion arrives. We have been sent by Tyrande, bearing a weapon that may turn the tide of this war.
Sweet.
You must take up the Scythe of Elune, champion. May its power serve you well.
Cool, I'll just take that from your hands, and we're done! That was really quick. Though it goes against my better judgment, it is Tyrande's wish that the Scythe of Elune be brandished once again against the Legion threat. It's a small comfort seat wielded by a keeper of balance, such as yourself. Know that the last time the Scythe was wielded, it resulted in great calamity. You must be vigilant to contain the bestial wrath that ebbs within. Sure thing.
The Scythe belongs to Karazhan, worm.
What?
Valorn, no!
What? It was right there! It was right there! Dude, I can res him. Hold still, hold still. Hang on. It's not letting me res. So anyways, it's a Dark Rider, but how'd they reach us here in the protection of the Grove? I can't believe the Dark Riders found us here. Long have they hunted the Scythe to sate their lust for the artifacts of Azeroth. We thought they would be protected within the Grove, and now Valoran's gone. I got this. Wait, what? Ride the Hippogriff Rider. Nah, I'm good. I'm not sure if that's fully cutscene incompetence. That did actually happen fast, which is one of the big things cutscene incompetence usually fails at, is things happening slowly. When you give the player 5 seconds to react, it becomes a question why they don't react. Hey, it's Revel! And the Affliction Warlock for some reason.
And now a druid comes to investigate Manor Mistmantle.
And a warlock.
This
And
can
a death
only
knight.
mean the scythe of Elune has returned to Duskwood, and the Dark Riders cannot be far behind. Tell me what you seek, druid, and I may be of assistance.
Look, I want to know why you're ignoring my two friends here, okay?
What do you need?
So I was correct. The scythe is at a quarry. Know that in order to retrieve it, we must do what no denizen of Duskwood has ever attempted. We must hunt the Dark Riders. I've been tracking them for some time since my encounter? With them while hunting the wolf cult. They're a blight on these lands. They hold no right to the relics. They are.
The light redeems.
And yeah.
It seems you've been followed. Dark Riders!
And I think that's most of what's different. So I'm going to stop reading this out loud for a little bit here while we kind of scooch ahead. When we get to unique content, I'll be sure to say something. So what game offers the most appropriate incentive for choosing evil? Incentive for choosing evil.
The battle is won, but there will be more. Quickly, to Eridan's camp!
No, KOTOR is kind of strange in that regard. Yeah, I'm going to turn off the audio because he's just going to repeat himself. KOTOR is a weird one. People have done the math. It's actually worse to be dark side than light side, pretty much top to bottom. The only benefit of being dark side is the fact that you get to be dark side. Which is, you know, funny, to put it bluntly. Now, Mass Effect doesn't have evil. Dragon Age just gives you money. And money has a very finite use in Dragon Age. No, the one I was actually thinking of was Infamous, but I'm challenging myself on that. Because Infamous is actually kind of strange. I know this is going to sound like I'm splitting hairs, but hear me out for a second. Infamous doesn't encourage you to be evil. Infamous encourages you to play it twice. To do both. Like, Infamous, practically speaking, it mostly just locks you out of a specific progression tree, depending which side you pick, and that's it. I could be misremembering, but I swear it carries too. So like if you play a second time, you know, you get to enjoy the benefit. Now, hang on. Dishonored's an interesting one. Dishonored kind of does the same thing, but not really. So Dishonored also very much encourages a second playthrough, but it's a much different playthrough rather than getting one, then getting the other. However, I think if I was to say specifically on that, I would say it's more specifically Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2, and I know this from personal experience, I even did a pre-Oblivion line review of Dishonored 2. And Dishonored 2's, you know, good playthrough is slow, methodical, and incredible. And its kill playthrough is a fast speed run from hell. Like, it took us days to get through when I was ghosting through Dishonored 2. And then when I went full kill, it took us a couple of hours to go through the entire game. Now, granted, I already knew the layout because I'd just gone through it, but you get the point, right? Oh, absolutely, Five. So, I could kind of see Dishonored 2, but that still feels like I'm pulling it technically, because it doesn't feel like it's answering the heart of the question, which is a game that wants you to play evil, rather than giving some kind of benefits for it. So my answer for that is actually very, very simple, and unfortunately Lord Harriman already got there. It's Crusader Kings, or indeed, just about any Paradox game. Like, for real. Most large-scale strategy games actively encourage you to be evil. Hell, most RTS games encourage you to be evil. They don't say it as being evil, which is probably part of how it works so much. Who's the best faction to play as back in the old Command & Conquer? The GDI, or the Brotherhood of Nod? Who do you prefer to play as in Red Alert? The Allied Forces, or the Soviets? With their where do you think the Apocalypse tank is? Oh, there it is. Who do you think gets the Apocalypse tank in Red Alert? Oh, that's right. It's the fricking Soviets. And Tesla coils are cool. This is funny watching you go through this, Bragwin. The the Tesla coils are cool. The obelisks of light are cool. You know, a lot of strategy games across the board. I don't want to say encourage, but at the same time, I don't have a better word for it. Encourage you to be evil. I mean, okay, here's a fun one. How many of you have ever played even management sims, like, say, Roller Coaster Tycoon is a good example of this, or any of the theme hospital games, right? If you know anything about those games, you know they really want you to be evil because it's funny. It's the same general concept, right? Frostpunk, another great example of this. Thank you, Raleigh. That's a good example. So a lot of those games, I think that is my answer. I don't remember who asked the question originally. Oh, it's Disco. That's my answer. Strategy games in general really want you to be evil. Now, hang on. This one quest is slightly different. The Nightbane! We must hunt the Nightbane. Get back here, Nightbane. I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. To the ends of the earth! Now, Tyranny is a fascinating one, because Tyranny, the marketing campaign of Tyranny was selling you on playing the bad guys after the bad guys won. And that was all a load of lies. Tyranny, in my honest opinion, absolutely encourages you to choose your own path. It doesn't encourage you to be evil or good or even in between. The whole point of Tyranny is it really lets you choose how you play. Now, I know you can say that about most CRPGs, but Tyranny really, really lets you choose your own path and how you progress through it. There's some fairly substantial differences between the different paths in Tyranny. And the one that's the most rewarding, satisfying, and difficult to do is the good paths, of which there are more than one. So, no, I would disagree completely with Tyranny. That's like saying you're encouraged to be evil in Baldur's Gate 2. It's true in the most technically sense of the word. Or Fallout 2 might actually be a better example of that phenomenon. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done that. Fable. I hadn't thought about Fable. Fable's... So I've never played Fable 2. And at this point I probably never will. No, how do I get past this?
Hold! Those spirits he's controlling look like they'll rip us apart.
Who's talking? Who's talking?
Without being torn asunder.
Oh, that's cute.
Do not think you won. Conservator, do your duty!
If Fable 2 sucks, then that's sad, because... So it's the only Fable I haven't played. I didn't care for 3 at all. And 1 was fine, which is the nicest thing I can say about it. Like, there's nothing really wrong with it, it's just fine. But I've always been told that 2 is the good one. I've done a video on Fable, but I've never streamed it, no.
So this is what you're after. The artifacts of Karazhan belong here. And I will not allow them to be taken away!
Look, I've literally already got a scythe. It's a perfect fit.
Your light does not reach here, priest. If you want the scythe, Druid, come and claim it!
I mean... The Fable games suffer a little bit from Molyneux effect. There's no avoiding that. I don't even know if it's called Molyneux effect. I just invented that term right now, off the top of my head. It's when a game is like, oh man, it's so deep, and there's so many choices, and there's so much depth to it. No, there isn't. It's very, very surface level. Like, jokingly surface level, which makes sense, because something not a lot of people track, probably at least in part because they don't market it like this, is that the Fable games are parodies. No, they are. I mean, they try a couple of times to be a little bit too serious, but if you really think about those games in the lens of being primarily humor games, all of a sudden everything makes so much more sense. Yeah, they're fantasy parodies.
You are a persistent one.
What are you doing with the Ulthalesh?
Fury of the beast.
I can see that, Master Man.
I will ride again.
Oh god, his soul's being eaten by the Warlock's weapon! That's so terrible and cool.
It is done. The Dark Riders are defeated. Now I can reclaim these stolen artifacts and return them to their rightful owners. You have proven an unexpected ally. The weapon is yours.
Oh, whatever.
Turn the tide in this war. The Dark Riders lost this battle, but I fear they will soon regroup. We had best be gone before they do.
It's so pretty. Oh, sorry. How do I get out of here? Can you get me out of here, please? No? Do I have to hearth? Okay, we'll hearth then. I guess we'll dollar in hearth. Nah, we'll regular hearth. I'm just gonna grab this motorcycle. Where did you find that? Don't worry about it. Look, all I know about Fable is I worked very hard to get the most venerated title in the game. The Chicken Kicker. Good evening, Jay Palmer. Real quick.
Shop, browse, smell.
Oh, right. That's because I actually have the real one on.
Good trails.
Where is my actual weapon? There it is.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer.
There we go. So here's the ones I have. There's your basic scythe, which is pretty cool. There's your augmented scythe, which is extremely cool. There's like the weird crescent scythe. I don't know, I never quite gelled with that, but it was still cool. No, the one I didn't like was this one, the flame scythe. I don't really have a good reason why. It didn't work for me. I don't know. And then there's this thing. We don't talk about that thing. We'll go with this for now.
Beware of Yeti.
That is a wonderful way to put that, Carolina's. You know what, hang on.
Punches, lucky doos and root.
Let's put some Shaw corruption on this. Yeah, there we go, perfect.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Hey, this is your order hall if you're a druid. Actually, well, no, this isn't. This is just the dream. Your order hall is much more gorgeous. I mean, it's fine. It is still too bloated, and it still has too many issues in too many places here. I still fundamentally disagree with how they do the long rest system. I don't think there's anything that's going to be done about that other than mods. This! Oh my god, look at it. Just take it in for a second. I know all the order halls have just incredible density to them, but look at all this. Look at all of it. This is no longer in the dream. This is actually in Val-Shara on the Broken Isles. Might as well be the dream, though. This is where Druidism was born on this planet. It's not even a joke.
Do you need my aid? May your trail... The seed will need plenty of air and water. Look for an ideal spot on the hill behind us.
Even for Tirion.
Good. This seed holds magic from when the world was young. This will prove very useful.
See, rogues get a sewers, but I love that too. A sewers? Why is that plural?
Nature
a sewer
are everywhere. Go with Cenarius's. I admit I had my doubts. I never believed I'd see anyone capable of obtaining the weapon you now hold. It's rare that I'm proven wrong. In this case, I'm pleased that I was. You
Fair,
are already more powerful than many senior members of our order. Still, I sense that even more growth is yet to come. In time, your powers will reach heights undreamed of.
Done, J. Palmer. Make it happen.
Shando Malfurion awaits. Go. Be recognized for your accomplishments.
I haven't done jack, dude. What are you talking about?
How might nature serve?
Zinkiki! Zinkiki! I've never been so happy to see you. What's up, man? Sorry. Very, very serious ceremony here.
Greetings, friend. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. Time and again, you have proven yourself to be one of our finest. The strength, ferocity, and nobility you have shown are without peer. It is time you were honored accordingly.
Do me a favor, watch Zinkiki for this
cutscene. It is my
cutscene.
honor to welcome you as an Archdruid of the Cenarian Circle.
He turned into a seal.
The creatures of the wilds celebrate your ascension.
He turned into a seal. Or a sea lion. They all turn into different forms, and he turns into a sea lion. I love it. Sorry. He even hops off into the water. Ah, you're the best, Zinkiki. Okay, we're done here. We're done.
How may I aid you?
It's time we turn our attention to matters in the Broken Isles. Yes, let's do the tutorial.
I place you in charge of the Grove's efforts here. I must travel to the south and seek out Cenarius. Only with his aid will we stop the Legion.
The skies call out...
Elune, guide your path.
Alright, Elune's got my back, yo.
Do you need my aid? May your trail be clear.
Oh, there it is. Oh, of course it's down. Why wouldn't it be down?
Feel free to browse.
Oh, it's our stupid
May
helmet.
Stars guide you. Ashamane.
Not really, J. Palmer, no. Like, we know she's called the sister of What's-Her-Face. You know, the robot. Why is... God damn it. There we go. I mean... The next expansion would be an interesting time to delve more into Elune. Or the next. She's elusive. Oh my god. Oh my god.
There be life
Join
all
me.
around.
Let
My
me get out of
claws
here.
are sharpened and I'm ready to hunt. They won't even see me coming.
They won't even be able to find you because you're in this stupid barrow den. Sorry. I was gonna say something, I can't remember. I don't remember. It's gone. It's gone. What's my best guess for what Elune is? Something boring and dumb. So, we know that the Shadowlands are only one of the constructed afterlives made by the first ones. Or the constructed, you know, other realms. Actually, afterlives isn't even the right word.
Must be restored. I would be glad to lend my skills to the Order, Archdruid. I have heard great things about you.
Other realms. We'll just call them other realms. That seems like a good term.
My eyes are sharp.
Hang on. Let's start this.
Your spirit burns bright.
So it's the most boring and dumb other possible answer is that she's just one of the eternal ones from one of the other realm things. And that's it. That's the answer. Nothing fancy. I have to admit, I have zero interest. In fact, I would go so far as to say negative interest, if that's true. Because that's just... okay. I would quite literally rather she has no characterization, or no explanation at all, than... oh yeah, she's from, like, the arcane ordering. It's like... okay.
Nature's gifts are everywhere.
Let's do... Feral next. Ashamane, an ancient and powerful lightsaber, fought in the War of the Ancients and fell ages ago in the forests of Val'Shara. A group of druids called the Ashen honor her memory and are the guardians of the shrine that house her fangs. We'll need to persuade them to allow their precious artifact to be used in combat, but the fangs would be a powerful weapon against the Legion.
Walk in peace. We are nature's guardians. What do you ask?
The mighty ancient Ashamane fell in battle against the Burning Legion 10,000 years ago. To honor her sacrifice, a group of devoted druids called the Ashen forged Ashamane's fangs into powerful daggers. Take my signet, present it to their leader. He will know that you have my blessing.
May your trail be clear.
See, now I realize you've posed a question. You didn't do it on purpose, but you've posed an interesting question. What is a loon in our Warcraft? Keeping in mind, I'm going to completely eject the Shadowlands, like as a concept, just gone. I've already pretty solid on that. I actually legitimately prefer the original version of the Shadowlands and the original way that they approach death and the afterlives. So I think that works better and is more coherent.
There is always hope.
The original version was there wasn't one version, is the simplest way to put that. People die, and then all kinds of stuff happens based on who you are, what you are, why you are, how you died, where you died, who killed you, who brought you back. Do you become a spirit to go join your friends? Do you go roam the ancestral grounds? Do you get shoved into a stone? Do you go get sucked into a void creature? Do you end up just hanging out to provide guidance for the future? Do you go to sleep for an eternal time? Do you get used as fuel for something else? Like Warcraft, even including the expansion we're in right now, has approached death fairly consistently, as weird as that sounds. It is Shadowlands that completely threw that out of whack by suddenly adding an afterlife, which doesn't work with anything that's happened until now. I know, retcons are a thing,
Soar above calamity.
but retcons are a thing that should be for the better, not for the worse. I firmly think that adding the Shadowlands constructed afterlives was for the worst. My opinion. Now, you know I have to take the hippogriff. Okay. You.
We've been walled up for far.
You know I have no value or purpose behind mythology and mysticism in a fictional work. But if I was going to make anything in Warcraft, you know, something that is just a vague background thing that's never explained, a loon would be it. Like, that's a really, really good pick for something that's there and may or may not exist and may or may not have any impact on anything. In fact, fun fact, one of the first times we really have demonstrable objective evidence that a loon exists at all is in the expansion we're currently playing. Even then it was ambiguous. It was just one of the first proofs that she, no, really exists. We talked about that during the lore run. I mean,
told you the shrine isn't safe. Look at what your stubbornness has caused.
Now is not the time for this, Vrstock. We must tend to our wounded.
If the ward protecting the fangs fails, we'll have more to worry about than a few cuts and bruises. I'll guard the weapon, even if you won't.
The hell's going on here?
Peace be with you.
Rinsar sent you? As much as I'd like to help, whatever you need is going to have to wait. As you can see, we have bigger problems. Actually, we could use your help. You look like you're an experienced druid. You just took whatever pieces of animals you found nearby and slapped them onto yourself. Would you be acceptable?
Go in peace.
Turn your eyes above and you'll see the cause of our misfortune. Ever since that ship, which I can't see right now for some reason, there should be a Legion ship up there, appeared, our attacks have been relentless. Many of the Ashen have been captured, or even now I hear their screams of torture. Please go out there and rescue as many of my followers as you can. They don't deserve the fate that awaits them if left in the Legion's grip.
May the stars guide you. Greetings, Denadris.
The fangs of Ashamane are in danger. For 10,000 years, a powerful magic ward has protected them from any would-be thieves. But the ward has weakened over time and is in danger of falling. My 3 most trusted Ashen have Tilandu seeds we need to perform the ritual of renewal. But the woods are now crawling with demons, and I fear they've fallen. No matter what, we must not allow the Legion to obtain the fangs.
Good luck.
I can make that work. So here's a thought, Uther. Hear me out, hear me out. Ardenweald is just a part of the dream. Now think about this for a second. Its primary purpose is to facilitate the renewal of certain types of beings, notably those spirit entities, Loas and the like, right? Which has already happened prior to the existence of Ardenweald. And in a couple of cases, cough, cough, cataclysm, cough, cough, Hyjal, we specifically called them back from the dream. So just move Ardenweald into the dream. Done. Yeah, like, it's not like we have to throw Shadowlands lore completely out the window. We just have to get rid of the constructed afterlives. I keep calling it that for a reason. Kind of, yeah, Reign 36, because I've never streamed anything past Legion. So we'll be getting into some new territory there. You're welcome. Wait, did I stream BFA? Oh, you're right. I did do a premiere on a BFA. I actually forgot about that. Excuse me. Once we get to Shadowlands, we'll be past as far as I've ever streamed. Shadowlands is actually a pretty short expansion. In fact, it is the only expansion that will challenge Warlords for the shortest expansion, I believe. Like, I don't think it'll be as short as Warlords, because Warlords is really short. Whoops, whoops, whoops. But it is patch content, and then functionally... Or, sorry, launch content, and then functionally one patch worth of content. Yeah, the main thing that'll drag it out is the Covenant campaigns. Fortunately, we're going to be doing those on camera. I don't actually remember how right now, but I do remember actually looking that up in advance. Over a year ago now, which is why I don't remember the specifics as of this exact moment in time. But there is a way to show all that content off without having to just do Shadowlands 3 times off camera, which is what I was worried about. Do I not have... Oh, I do. It's right there. Also, we could just make Elune the moon Loa. I'm sure the Night Elves would love that.
Your world will be purged!
I know you'd hate that, but actually there's an irony to that appeals to me tremendously. The Night Elves are so uppity and stuck up about the fact that, no, we're not trolls. We're above the trolls. They're gross and old and savage. We're Night Elves. Uh-huh. Sure thing, buddies. And of course, their great deity is just another Loa. Just like any troll. I'm not sure I'd go that route, but like I said, that idea amuses me tremendously.
I am honored. Farewell.
Thank you, hero. Now that the people are safe, we might be able to turn the tide of this battle.
May the stars guide you.
Ah, thank you. My heart weeps for those who we've lost this day. The Legion will pay for this. Spoilers, the Legion will not pay for this.
Go in peace.
You've helped us greatly. Now it's time you tell me what brings you here. Yeah, I'm here to get the fangs of Ashamane. Huh. If you told me this at the outset, I would have told you to take a walk. The fangs are our greatest treasure. But you've done a great deed for the Ashen today, and I am an elf of my word. Very well. Let's clear out the rest of these demons. You shall have your weapons.
Good luck, friend.
Well done. Now we can begin our counterattack. By the light of Elune, what happened to the shrine? Verstock was at the shrine. Find out what's going on up there. I'll meet up with you as soon as I can.
Your pathetic barriers mean nothing to the Legion. The blades are mine.
I'll never let Ashamane's fangs fall to your kind! Take a good look, brute. You'll never see the fangs again!
Insolent mortal! We will hunt you down! You only delay the inevitable!
That would have been really funny, Uther. Remember when taking down a pit lord was a big deal for the warriors?
Another annoyance?
Yeah, me neither.
I'm going to enjoy watching this world burn.
Although a pit lord druid does sound fascinating. Completely impossible, but you know.
The Legion's attack has been broken.
Poor warriors.
What the? The fangs are gone! What happened?
Well, I have to admit, Verstock was right. The shrine was too easy of a target for the Legion to attack. Still, he's gone and the fangs are with him. We're gonna have to track him down for you to recover the fangs. I should come with you, but I have to stay with my people should we be attacked again. Here, my companion Ebonfang has a sense of smell like no other. I'm a cat.
May the stars.
Canonically. So I could just... Ah! That would be really horrifically hilarious, Lord Aramon. Who are you? I am the Loa of the Thralls. Look, I've tracked the smell to the sewers.
You should be near Verstock's location, but my foolish protege was in such a rush to escape the shrine. I'll wager he failed to mask his scent. Shift into cat form and you'll likely detect it.
What's with all the mists around here? And do you feel like there used to be a giant barrier over there? What's with all the withered? And what's a withered? Oh, well, I feel compelled to kill these poor miserable souls for no good reason.
Careful! The ruins are infested by withered. Pitiful creatures with an unending hunger for the arcane. The power of the fangs might have lured some to Verstock's trail.
That's an interesting question, but probably not, no, J. Palmer. The withered really are kind of unique, for reasons I don't want to go into right now. That's okay. That's definitely way ahead of where we are right now. Yeah, the Blood Elves didn't have withered, though. They had wretched. And I'm not trying to split hairs. It is different.
Whatever you did seems to have annoyed those withered. This might work to your advantage. See if you can find another switch.
This is most obvious when we do the Ajuna quests. But yes, Night Elves should decay in some fashion without a consistent magic source. What's the difference? Spoilers. Please stop trying to get me to spoil stuff. You're so impatient. You're so impatient, my god. Yeah, honestly, logically speaking, it would make sense if withered... Excuse me. Wretched eventually would become withered. Since you're so impatient, I'll tell you this. One of the biggest things that differentiates the withered from the wretched is that these people descend in days into this status. They fall apart so fast, and they reach a point of no return much quicker than the wretched. The Wretched, they take a while. In fact, by all accounts, they take years in some cases to finally slowly descend in the case of Wretched. Withered fell apart over a course of hours. That is the biggest distinction, and which is why I say Wretched probably could further descend into Withered given enough time. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but we will watch people descend into Withered in front of our eyes.
You may look like a druid, but I can tell you're a demon in disguise. I won't fall for your trick. You'll never get the fangs from me.
Has Vrstock gone mad? Wielding the fangs enhances one's senses, but I'm afraid it also heightened his paranoia. You must get the fangs away from Vrstock. The longer they remain in his possession, the greater his delusion becomes.
Yep, oh no, you found me out. I like this little tidbit. They can't actually make us do platforming because this is in Guild Wars 2, so we get that instead.
Demon, be gone! Why won't you just go away?
Can you go through that wall? Nope. But I can kill you through it. It's not... I've said this before. It's not addiction as we usually call it. It's the same thing as saying that you're addicted to water. It's true, but you can see how the word choice doesn't quite convey it properly.
You won't leave. Very well. I'll end this chase myself!
Dude, I'm just here to chat, okay?
The fangs are mine! Mine!
Dude, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Be at peace, or I'll beat the crap out of you.
No! I'll never submit.
You just submit. Please, come submit. Oh my god. That is true, and that's probably because water is a more natural biological thing, which you naturally evolved to require, like most living things do. Whereas magic was infused onto trolls a long, long time ago, and thus every elf ever has some dependency or another on this magic.
What is this? Ah! Release me at once!
Look what fell into my web. Tonight, I shall feast.
There's another thing we won't talk about more later.
Be careful.
Until later. It is a bit more dangerous, I don't disagree, Evo, but the same general idea applies. Just like with real-life humans, you'd better make sure you have a water source at all times. If you know what I mean. It's why an inordinate quantity of human history and culture has been formed by things like rivers and oceans. Ready access to water is a freaking huge deal for humanity. And yeah, dehydration, speaking personally, is literally maddening, like your brain stops working correctly. Oh, absolutely, J. Palmer. Yeah, sorry, potable water. Never mind technical water. Sorry, I'm not trying to disagree with you, Evo. I apologize. I don't mean to be like, you're absolutely right in that it is not the same thing. It's just, I think it applies similarly when it comes to, like, world building, right? Or, conceptually. Because a huge amount of elven history has been formed by magic, and making sure that they always have a source of magic. Any elven society that doesn't have a source of magic either dies out almost immediately, or goes and finds one. Anybody who's played Frozen Throne knows an entire campaign was devoted towards finding a source of magic for the Blood Elves.
Stick around. It's meal time. What's this? Another intruder approaches.
No, that is a Oh god, what's the term for those things? Beldorite? No. Oh god, they're spider elves. We'll actually talk in much greater... It is foul. I was close. It was Faldorai. These are Faldorai. We'll talk more about them later. All you need to know right now is they are spider elves. And that's not a good thing. I think is the nicest way to phrase that.
Freedom. I thought I was going to be spider food.
You feel any better?
I wanted to protect the fangs, but was soon overwhelmed. You've proven yourself far more capable as their protector. Please, take them.
You know, it's obvious in hindsight, really, but I always liked the fact that the Druid, shapeshift form weapons don't really have much difference in appearance between them, but instead they change your animal form substantially. Probably not, Lord Haramont. We actually don't have a lot of details on the very specific thing that transformed the first Dark Trolls into the Night Elves. And I know that sounds strange, but the way I phrase that is very particular. We know that a tribe of Dark Trolls hung out on the coast of the Well of Eternity. We know that they were turned into Night Elves, and we know that they claim Elune did it to them purposefully. But that's it. We don't know if Elune did that very directly. We don't know if Azeroth was involved. We don't know if it was the arcane energy. We don't know if it was extended exposure to arcane energy. We don't know how long it took, right? This could have been a generational thing. There's a lot of holes in that. So we don't know specifics. We do know that trolls, similar to orcs, are somewhat morphic. They can change their forms and abilities based on their surrounding and terrain. There's a reason we have sand trolls and frost trolls and jungle trolls and dire trolls and all that fun stuff. So it could just be that, but I don't know.
Nature's gifts are everywhere.
I've heard from Delandris about how you rescued the Ashen and protected the shrine. We owe you a great deal for your heroism. But it seems you're able to cover the fangs as well.
Walk in peace.
But you know, you should get another weapon.
What do you ask of nature? Go with Cenarius' blessing.
The great forest guardian ursoc gave his life for this world 10,000 years ago. After the guardian's death, his claws were hidden away, safe from anyone who'd use their power for evil. Lay a stone paw, and the Druids of the Claw consider ursoc their paragon, and dedicate their lives to following in his example. If anyone would know where the claws reside, it would be Leah.
Walk in peace.
Okay. Aw. You never told me what you think of my terrible, terrible idea, though, Uther. Or if you did, I missed it. Hey, Mr. Floyd. Oh my god, Aurelia.
You're not one of my pack. What brings you to the den? Where shall I strike?
Claws of ursoc. Thought I'd go the rest of my days without hearing of them again. Is their situation truly so dire? Yeah, go ahead, Uther.
Yeah.
It said a fragment of ursoc's spirit, his fury and range, remained within the claws after his death. Only those who have attained mastery of discipline have any hope of wielding them without being overwhelmed by the Bear Lord's fury. She looks intently at you for a moment. But you're no novice, I can see that clearly. Very well. Draw from the Moonwell. and then come find me. I'll await your arrival at the broken stump of Wardersill in Northrend.
Of course. The Moonwell water is essential.
Thank you, Yura.
Don't leave the Dream Grove without it. I'll await your arrival in Grizzly Hills.
Okay, God. So I specifically meant the idea of taking Ardenweald and shoving it into the Emerald Dream, and then more or less keeping the same general mechanisms of Ardenweald. You know, the cycle. How many times has ursoc died so far? Only the once, I think, at this moment. I could see that. Like, maybe... Because the Shadowlands, as it was originally written, was just the death layer of reality. So you don't actually, like, go to a separate dimension like the constructed realities, or the constructed afterlives, excuse me. Instead, you would die, and then you'd be here, but dead. So it makes sense that the dream would also have a but dead sublayer, right? So, that makes sense. Right. As I remember where I'm going here. That could even make for some story points. Maybe some people, like, specifically are like, no, I'm on the verge of death, and, like, rush into the dream to make sure that they die in the dream. It could even be a thing. Like, imagine a quest where you have to guide a Loa who died out here, who is stuck in the Shadowlands, into the dream Shadowlands. So they could actually get to the Ardenweald. Interesting to think about. And the Winter Queen is like, what are you doing? What? Also, can I just say really quick for our Warcraft, there's no Maw. I'm sorry. It's a great hell. It is. It's one of the best hells I've seen in fiction. But no. No. I mean, there's a reason it's the best hell. You know? That's all I'm saying. Meanwhile, Eva's like, but I love the Maw. It's so great. Nice bear totem there. Excuse me. I'm here to talk to you about a bear.
You've made it. We need only a few more things before we begin. My strength is yours.
Excellent. We'll need this water to enter the Emerald Dream. I've prepared offerings for Ursol, brother of ursoc. We'll need his help to bypass the wards and the claws. Give me a moment, and let us hope Ursol will aid us.
Under Thoras Ithil, great Ursol, wise bear of the woods, this daughter of the wilds calls to you. Please accept these humble offerings and grant us an audience.
What brings a follower
Asgrim
to my lair?
He's everywhere.
Mighty Ursol, our ancient foe has returned. My companion has traveled here to seek your aid in recovering the claws of ursoc.
I could see that as Miristar. It could even be a world where the Legion tried the trick they tried on our world with the Lich King. They just succeeded there. So, that whole world, the place we call the Maw now, was completely killed. Not a scrap of life on it. The Legion. His eyes begin to shine intently. Yes, I remember clearly the day long ago when my brother fell. Countless demons fell beneath his claws until, through the overwhelming numbers of the enemy, he was overtaken. My brother was the true spirit of the bear. You must prove to me the spirit of the bear resides in you as well.
The first trial will test your might against the strongest of my followers. Show me that you possess the strength of the bear.
Okay, I can do that.
That creature unworthy! Too strong! Stop! No more fight!
I should stop blowing cooldowns for these cutscene fights. You are powerful indeed, but strength alone will not impress me. Ursoc never backed down from a battle, even when faced with overwhelming odds. If you would take up his claws, you will show me you possess the same courage. Your next trial will place you against an onslaught of my followers. Defeat all of them and prove you possess the courage of the bear.
Before you awaits your next trial. Defeat the spirits and prove you possess the courage of the bear.
I just said that. I could see that Kirawai noise. And it would follow through with the idea of the Shadowlands just being another sub-pocket, another sub-plane. David Lodge is a bear, and a demon, and an orc. And an elf for some reason.
Magnificent! Your courage is undeniable. A final trial awaits you.
You've proven to me your strength and your courage, but do you have the ability to apply yourself when it matters most?
The final trial will not be easy, Druid. Speak with me when you are ready. Ursoc and I fought as a team. He would strike, and I would guard his side. Together, we were unstoppable. Tell me, is there anyone willing to fight at your side, Druid?
Well, no.
I've seen what this hero can do. I will gladly help.
Oh.
Once, during the chaos of an ancient battle, my brother and I became separated. I failed to be at his side when he needed me most. For this trial, you must prove that you can protect those who entrust you with their lives. Show me that you can succeed where I once failed.
Yeah, that's the elf I just referenced earlier.
Guard her, or she will quickly be overwhelmed.
Yeah, I kind of wish we had more tanking and healing quests, to be honest with you. Because, frankly, these are mostly it. Aside from one fight in Citadel and one fight in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. And there's probably other fights I just can't think of right now. Hey, Leah, do you want to get involved in this fight? Hey, Deeps! 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 Hey! Hey! Oh, whatever. DPS is AFK again. There were the Proving Grounds, which are, of course, gone. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not.
Ah, very good, champion. The spirit of the bear truly dwells within you.
I don't know, I feel comfortable calling Proving Grounds a bad content.
Now that we have Ursul's blessing, we can travel into the Emerald Dream and retrieve the claws. Come, let's not waste a single minute.
We must pass into the dream. Lay down before the shrine and drink of the moon water. Be careful, the dream can be a dangerous place.
Let's bounce.
Okay. There's my water. There it is.
Calm your mind. Let go, and your spirit will enter into the dream. I'll join you soon.
Wow, that definitely looks like the dream. That's a comforting and warm loading screen to look at. I do like how the tree is still intact in the dream. I also like the nightmare that's slowly encroaching. Not fully encroached yet, which is actually kind of a nice touch. It's only begun to encroach.
We're past the wards, but what's going on here? Could the night...
Foolish mortals. Soon, this place will belong to the Master!
Could you be less vague about the fact that you're working for... I mean, I don't know who you're working for. Also, can I just say I absolutely adore the music of the Nightmare. The one that has the whispers in it, specifically. That song. I mean, the whole theme is great, but man. Yes, canonically, this does happen before Val'sharah. Which makes sense, because, as you can see, the Nightmare has only started encroaching here, and by the time we go through Val'sharah, we do the raid. And, well, spoilers, it's a little bit more encroached by then. Here, I'll let you listen to the music for a second. If it'll ever play. Game? Seriously? Are you just doing this to mock me? Is that what this is? It really is. There's just suddenly no music playing. It was just playing. Game's like, oh, oh, oh. Guys.
Vile beasts of the Nightmare, you will never take my claws! I thank you, Druids. These abominations of Nightmare are relentless. They will stop at nothing to snatch the claws from my lair.
Lord Ursoc, the Burning Legion has returned. This hero is our best hope to drive back the Legion and the Nightmare. But we must have the claws if we are to succeed. We humbly request your aid. The power of your claws could defeat our enemies once and for all.
Worthy you may be, but if you would wield my claws to defend this world, you must make haste to retrieve them. Even now, I sense more of the enemy approaching.
Thank you, mighty Ursoc. The ritual I'm about to perform is complicated, and will take some time to finish, but it's the only way to drop the barrier.
I can just climb right over. Oh, whatever.
These foes are weak, but fight in numbers. In life, I paid the price for underestimating my enemy. Never again.
I don't think they did it on purpose, if that's what you mean.
Wild. Heed my call. Come to our aid.
Coralia.
I heard your call for aid, Great One. Are there any teeny little fuzzy animals in danger? Oh, oh
Hi, my Lune. How are you? I like how she's a warrior.
Protect our healers and casters, Guardian. We must not let our allies fall.
I know it doesn't actually mean anything. Something I discovered during Legion is that the overwhelming majority of NPCs...
Defenders, we will never yield.
No! Get away from me, you big, stupid head!
I have aggro. Why is he hitting you?
I just can't stand violence. No! Get away from me, you big... Help! These big meanies won't leave me alone!
Anyways, the overwhelming majority of these mobs,
Get away!
are classified as warriors. Probably because it's like a default classification in how they code NPCs for these things. I sure hope not, Mr. Floyd. But either way, I don't think they will.
Blood will burn the very ground where they fall. Don't let them touch our defenders.
Working on it.
Control the enemies. You can determine where they fall.
Yes, I have tanked before, thank you. I know it's hard to believe.
Beware! The nightmare's corruption has spread to the trees.
Would you, like, come here, please? Why are you standing over there? Like a dick. God, I hate ranged mobs. Come here.
It is finished. The clock.
Hold, Guardian. I feel a chill deep in my spirit.
Foolish bear! You've fallen for my trap.
Oh my god, it's Zavius.
When I get free, I'll tear out your foul throat!
Who's Zavius?
No, ursoc. When next you bare your fangs, it will be at my command.
I will resist you to my last breath, usurper. I will never submit to one such as you.
I am Lord of the Nightmare! I have been shaped by the powers of the old gods! Tremble before me! I must go attend to my prize. Malithar, I leave the claws to you. Use them to exterminate this.
Yes, Lord Zavius. I'll be happy to tear them apart in your name. Ah! The claws! They thirst for blood!
Oh, hit cooldowns? Okay. I can do that.
You did it! You got him!
Just gonna grab these here real quick while nobody's paying attention.
We should go. There's nothing left for us here. Let me know when you're ready to leave, and I'll take us back to our bodies in the normal world. What? Yeah.
So casual.
I could use a bit of sleep.
My life. If it wasn't for your actions, I'd be dead. Worse. The traitor may have taken ursoc, but at least we're able to recover the claws. Hope is not lost yet.
Under Thuras, Ithil.
Archdruid Greathoof will be expecting word on the success of our mission, but I'm afraid I must ask you to return alone. I can't rest knowing Zavius has Lord Ursoc in his clutches. Just the thought of it has me shaking with rage. I'll find where he has been taken if I have to search every corner of Azeroth. Our paths will cross again, I'm sure of it.
Let's bounce.
Probably Trihexia. Would they actually adhere to such a deal? Probably not. And yeah, Zavius is interesting. He's been relevant to the lore in a large way multiple times. But in WoW itself, he's only peeked his head in once in Vanilla, if you're paying attention. Twice in Cata, which you only really see if you're a night woman, a night woman, or a night elf. God damn it, Braven. A night elf. And here. I do believe that's the list.
Do you need my aid? Go with Cenarius's blessing.
So hang on. Ganir.
Are nature's guardians. May your trail be clear.
We're in Vanilla. He was already part of Fandral Staghelm's story. He's referenced. And I do mean referenced. It's pretty vague. They don't name him outright, I don't think, at all until Cata. Same thing. It would seem we are fortuitous that you seek Ganir this day. The Druid Mylune arrived not long ago from the sacred shrine where the staff has been guarded for centuries. You are privy to its hidden location in the roots of Shaladrasil, but you certainly earned that right. Speak to her when you're ready to depart. I think I saw her in the east up the hill.
Do not stray from the path ahead.
I should probably switch to healing for this. Yeah, Zavius, like, the corruption of Zavius was in Cata as the final boss of Teldrassil. That's, like, it.
Oh, raspberries! I don't know what to do!
Language?
Can I help you?
Her eyes are watery with dew. Her usual smile and unsightly frown. Yes?
Bye!
Ganir is... She wipes her eyes, sniffling. Is corrupted. The nightmare has risen from the depths of the dream. It all happened so fast. I was able to secret the staff here through the dream before it fully fell. It rests for now, but I fear we don't have much time. You must prepare to retrieve Ganir from the dream. Draw water from the sacred moon well. Quickly, every moment is precious. And yeah, she's literally crying. Because of course she is.
Do this! Ganir is counting on us!
I'm never pronouncing it that way. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't care. It's Ganir. Moving on. Excuse me. I need your blessing so I can enter the Emerald Dream. Of course. What pulls you towards the dream with such fervor, Shanto? Ganir has been touched by the nightmare. Ganir's in danger, but there's no time to waste. Thank you. I honestly think they brought Zavius here. Well, I actually don't know why they brought Zavius here, to be honest with you.
Don't worry. Our hero will fix this. Just you wait.
Like, his story effectively concluded in Cata, to be quite honest. He just kind of pokes his head in here. It's like, hey, I'm back! Okay, I'm dead, bye. And that's like it.
Yes.
There's still hope. I'm afraid I can't really help you actually enter the dream. We dryads merely shift our bodies between planes. That's okay, though. Nerlix has offered to help. Okay.
Oh, be careful. It isn't safe in the dream right now.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. Is it ever, and I do mean ever, safe in the dream? Like, even when it's not being corrupted by whatever's happening through the McDonald's drive-thru of Emerald Dream corruption this week. I mean, we know they wanted to do something with the nightmare, but Zavius? Why go that direction with it? I mean, I get it. He's one of the bigger named leaders of the old god forces of N'Zoth, but at the same time, he was, by all accounts, dead and gone as of Kata. So they had to bring him back to do that. So they could have brought back anybody, any N'Zothian leader in order to accomplish that. Frankly, Cho'Gall might have been a more interesting character to bring back for that. Better voice acting, too.
I'm afraid the dream is in a worse state than we thought. I'm awake, for now.
My preparations are complete. Are you prepared to enter the dream?
Elun's light watch over you.
Like, that's my point. If we're already bringing back a character who died, then the gates are open to bring back any character who died for that purpose. As long as it's someone connected to the nightmare. And again, I'm sorry, Cho'Gall would have been more interesting. This bed will be yours for the deep slumber that'll usher you into the dream. Once you're comfortable, drink of the moon water. I will guide you from there.
You still have the moon water, yes? Good, good. Then you are ready.
My point is he died in Kata. Or rather before Kata. And they reference it in Kata. And then we get rid of the last of his corruption in, wait for it, Kata. So, why is this Murloc plushie? Like, I'm just trying to figure that out. It's just here. Is it going to help me? Oh god, this Murloc plushie is so soothing. I can't help it.
Now just relax and focus your mind on the dream. I will guide your spirit from here.
Yeah.
You hear me?
What?
Ganir rests at the circle of spirits above, but it oozes nightmare into the barrow den. You must hurry before you succumb to the corruption.
Ooh. Mechanics. I like it.
Someone! Anyone! I can't escape these roofs!
Now, hang on, I don't have a lot of DPS buttons on my bars. Not that I'm aware of in 36, no. There probably are, I just don't know about it. I got you.
Oh, I thought I was done for.
Remember Bashana? No? Okay.
I'd prefer to avoid these horrors. Let's sneak past them.
Yep, let's sneak past them. Die, monsters. Yeah, the game knows I'm a smuggler, for once. Sorry.
The path is blocked. I think I can clear it out. That did it. You go on ahead. I'll deal with things down here.
In all honesty, after the Sage...
To be cautious. You must not let the nightmare overcome you.
Class.
Are you alright? I think you're past the worst of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they add more DPS options in the future in 14.
You're nearly there. Just stay focused.
Yep, just gotta avoid the horrific multi-death.
Take care. I can feel the nightmare encroaching on your mind.
What was that? Are you okay? I don't think this qualifies as Raspberry Jam, but I get your point. This is Limeade Jam. Did I seriously? I became fully corrupted. Oh. I have given in to the nightmare. Well, that's a good question, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton.
Ganir rests at the circle of spirits above, but it oozes nightmare into the barrow den. You must hurry before you succumb to the corruption.
There we go. Listen, Uther, if you don't tell me more stuff you don't like... Actually, ditto.
Oh, I thought I was done for.
It is just aggravatingly in the way. You notice some of my add-ons are literally interrupted by it.
I prefer to avoid these horrors.
And that actually causes me issues at times.
I urge you to be cautious. You must not let the nightmare overcome you.
Oh, right, I forgot healing actually reduces corruption. Whoops. Before I got corrupted. I don't need to heal myself. Anyways. Anyways. Words. So, the original story was that Medivh was saved from, death at great cost by Egwin with the aid of Medan and the others in a comic book that is 100% not canon anymore.
Just stay focused.
So... and that's pretty much my answer to you. I will say this, we know Medivh does still have a form, and he is certainly still walking around and doing things. But he's, well, busy, and has been busy for decades at this point. Is that an artifact power? It is an artifact power item. Wow. He's the Loa of Prophecy. I mean,
can't hold the corruption back much longer.
I got your back. Or I would, if... do something. There we go. Could you stop rooting me, please? Never! You will fight us as a healer. Green deeps. Green deeps. God damn it, I hate green deeps. Give me that. That's not
I would have
Ganir.
surely been overwhelmed if you had not arrived. Thank you. Let us reconvene in the physical world.
Ugh. Ugh, I just had the weirdest dream.
Agents, you have it. You have Ganir.
Technically, yes.
The balance must be restored.
Delving into the dream with such darkness encroaching is no simple task, one few druids dare attempt. I'm afraid your journey is far from over.
May your dreams be
You
peaceful.
found Lissa in the dream, but didn't you? I heard you mutter her name as you slumbered. You must seek her out. I sense her presence is at the Circle of Spirits. If ever there was one who could help us cleanse Ganir, it is Lyessa.
Ganir grows more corrupt with each passing moment. May your feet carry you swiftly.
It's okay. I've got dash. And also second dash. Because druids. Listen, all I did back in the day was Warsong Gulch, just over and over and over. That's not true. I did that on a Paladin. Much more boring. By all accounts, we permanently destroyed the Nightmare by the end of BFA. We'll actually talk about the specifics of what we do to the Nightmare here in Legion, though.
Bashana in cleansing the remaining nightmare. Ganir's fate rests with Lyessa and this hero.
Excuse me, I have a name. It's Champion.
Elun Adore.
I don't know how much longer I would have lasted had you not arrived. Thank you.
May Aviana's wind guide you.
We must save the Mother Tree at all costs. I believe I know a way. The World Tree Nordrasil atop Mount Hydra was born from an acorn of Ganir. We can use the sacred water surrounding its roots to purify the corruption. Yeah, by the way, Ganir is a branch from the original tree. The original tree. From the dream. If I'm remembering
May the
correctly.
ancients bless us all.
I guess I can double check that. Because there's another sacred branch.
Totem led a small party to investigate Legion activity near Nordrasil not long ago. He may be able to aid you.
Okay, I was right. Ganir was the Emerald Dream Tree. Made by Freya. I have not actually, Fife, no. There's still several remaining that I'm waiting on my friends for. Why am I dissecting druid forms? That sounds kind of gross.
Once Ganir is pure again, we can help Archdruid Greatelm cleanse any remaining nightmare at the Dream Grove.
Yeah, I know that...
We are not too late to save Ganir.
God damn it! I know that Dragonflight makes it fairly clear that the Titans didn't actually build the Emerald Dream. Although, to my knowledge, that's still in the realm of unconfirmed. The original idea was that the Titans specifically crafted the Emerald Dream as a blueprint world in order to test and experiment on how they would order Azeroth. The more modified version is that they probably found the Emerald Dream and they decided to repurpose it as that blueprint world. Ironically, anybody who's played Satisfactory or similar games like it probably knows the concept. Sorry. I wasn't even thinking about it. Because one of the things that several players I know do in building games in general, I'll give you a few, is they'll have a creative world, right? And then your real world. And when you have an idea and you're not sure how to line it up, you save, hop over to your creative world, and you mess with it. And it's creative, so you have infinite resources and infinite everything, so you just go just to see how things line up and see things be. It's your test bed, right? It's like, okay, this is how I do it. Take a snapshot, go back into the real world, do it legit. Same general concept. Actually, yeah, Minecraft is the same thing. I mean, Minecraft's a build game, so that makes sense. The Legend of Elun Ahir. One moment. That does ring a bell. There it is. I do like Mincecraft. Interesting. And very Titan. Although A&R has always been an interesting asterisk to the Titans, hasn't she? That goes back to Legion, honestly. Sorry. I had to read that a couple of times. The dream has very little effect on the real world unless it's deliberately pushed over or drifts over. Whoa, what happened to all the water? Guys.
Thank the ancients you've come.
What the hell?
Even the smallest details.
The gates of hell poured forth upon us. They were everywhere. Tend to the others first. Their wounds are more dire than my own.
You're an idiot. Have some healing.
Skylord, you must inform the Dream Grove. We will ensure no further life is lost this day.
That's okay. I'm actually a pretty good druid healer.
I will prepare the cleansing ritual.
So this is Zentabra. We are healing Zentabra, Hamul, and Celestine.
We barely survived their last attack.
Actually, yeah,
the
earlier.
Legion has not forgotten their defeat here.
Nothing that I'm aware of, Mr. Floyd, but to my knowledge, an undead becoming a druid would not cure them of undeath. They'd just be an undead druid. Having said that, I do have an answer to that, which I'll answer in just a second.
I won't be forsaking Gong's blessing.
Zentabra, what the hell? Where is it? I don't even know what it's called. There it is, Nature's Cure.
Oh, bless ya. I could feel me soul returning.
Actually, yeah, I was going to bring that up too. The Droost are basically undead druids. God, I was going to say something. I've just lost it. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
It is nice to see you.
Oh, that was it.
My head. I feel dizzy.
Yeah, I got you. Here you go.
The well was nearly lost during the assault. But so long as a single drop...
I am ready to begin the ritual.
So, someone asked earlier how strong we are in lore. I think it was Jay Palmer. Compared to, like, the big heroes of the setting. The problem is, they're really soft about power levels. Oh, Zoralia. Excuse me. They're really, really soft about power levels, so they can do whatever they want to because plot. As long as they don't define things, they can get away with whatever. That is the logic, and that's why they do that. It's why most things do that. Star Wars does that. Star Trek does that. Forgotten Realms does that. A lot of things do that. It's very common. Irritating as crap. Because what it boils down to is just because plot. So, it also means there's not a lot of punching above your weight class kind of storytelling that because you can't do it because there's no weight class, right? Also true, Rain 36. For example, it would be easy to say, well, obviously we're not at level of Jaina because she's a raid boss. Spoilers. So, we're not at that level. It requires however many of us in lore, probably 36, in order to take her down. So, there you go. But at the same time, I've never really jived with that. I would say on an individual level, most of the player characters would probably be the equivalent of a raid boss. But again, we're not at the level of, say, the Warrior of Light over in FF14, who is a death machine by his or her or their selves. But we're definitely some of the highest tier stuff in the setting. And I think part of the thing that WoW really pushes, both in gameplay and in lore, and I do like this, is that we are not a central pillar of power, but we are multiple pillars. Remember, that is a huge dominant theme that shows up constantly in WoW. You want the one central figure, like Illidan, or do you want a whole bunch of people working together? So, the PCs as a whole are an unstoppable force, and we've only lost like twice ever in a large-scale sense. But we couldn't stand up to, say, the Warrior of Light individually.
How may I help? In Gahanir's name, I will prepare the well's waters for the cleansing. You must protect me until the ritual is complete, or Gahanir will be lost.
Something ain't right. The spirits be crying out.
Well, that does sound horrifically awful, Disco.
The gateway is activating.
Yeah, 2 pit lords for the druids for some reason. Warriors just sitting back there like, what?
Tremble before me! I bring darkness to this world!
At least it's Destromath. He's from Warcraft 3.
If you keep us alive, we will buy you the time you need.
Oh, that's an interesting question, Blade-Tickle. I'm not sure.
For Gahanir! In Metalroth's name!
See, it'd be an interesting team up because, or I guess versus.
The demon's assault is relentless. I require aid.
Yeah, you're taking it in the pants there, buddy. Because there's far more PCs in the party in Warcraft, right? There's 36 of us or whatever.
We must push forward.
But, you know, the Warrior of Light is so much stronger than we are. Did y'all do your job, Amul? Probably, Blade Tickle. Like, I think we could take on... Well, I mean...
Power grows with every moment. This day will be ours.
God, what's his freaking name?
All shall...
Blue Alize. So, kind of. It's actually... Whoa there! Whoa there, whoa there, whoa there. I literally look away for a second and they just decide to start melting. God, it's just like in real life.
The ritual is nearly complete. Do not give up hope.
Ugh. Alphino, that's a stupid name. I'm pretty sure we can take on Alphino. And yeah, Urianger. Yeah. Same thing. Alize could probably give us a fight. We could probably take down Thancred, though.
Your life slips away.
Oh my god, have you done any damage? You have done no damage to this man. And by man, I mean warlock. Or demon. Or, oh god, I don't know.
Tremble!
Would you quit, please? Estinian, he is pretty high tier. Even by FF14 standards.
Your life
and yeah, Garaha's up there too. Alize I'm torn on. She's pretty good in combat, but she doesn't quite have what most of the big tiers have, you know? Hi, Aviana.
Pitiful worms! What trickery is this?
Y'shtola, yeah, Black
Our
Mage.
work is nearly complete. You must give me the staff.
Come here then. Take the damn thing.
Spirits of the forest, guardians of nature.
Exactly,
Hear our plea.
Oh, Jesus. Warrior of Light, Garaha, and Estinian. That would be a raid fight.
The Mother Tree is reborn. Gahanir is whole once more.
Hang on, I'll get to the FF question in just a second. Because it is relevant. But Huthor and Reign 36 both asked the same question.
Use Gahanir to call upon the spirits of the forest to destroy this fiend!
Can I just not do that? No? Okay. I do it up here. Oh god, I remember having issues with this last time. It's kind of up to you, Evo. You know me, so you know what kind of character I play. Where? How do I... There it is. It's okay, we talked about WoW non-stop while streaming FF14.
I will destroy you!
We gotta make up for it. As usual, wisps against demons make perfect sense. Wisps do extra bonus damage on detonating to summoned creatures. Speed of which, WoW Vanilla sucks! Okay, there we go. Got it out there.
We must stay behind for a time to aid Skylord Omniron's forces. Thank you. Without you, we would have surely fallen.
You have found me out! Sorry. Okay, FF14, real quick. So, in lore, a large portion of FF14 was done by us solo. Occasionally we'd have a couple other people with us, but for the most part, it was just us, especially the raids. This is a big deal in lore as well as in gameplay. It was a whole thing, blah, blah, blah. In other words, the other players weren't really there. Then we got to a certain point in the story, I will not talk about details at all, and at that point we gained the ability to summon other versions of ourselves from other dimensions. Which sounds like a spoiler, but it really isn't. Because it's just a conceit. It's a hand wave to explain away why we pull in other players into the raid. See, Square has this obsession, and I do call it an obsession because they are ridiculous about this, and how every gameplay conceit has to have a story and lore explanation for it existing. Things like being able to change your appearance actually has a lore explanation in FF14, just to really get into that. So, I have often felt that the only reason that, you know, the gem exists in lore is to try and fulfill that mandate to explain how raid groups exist, even though, canonically, for the most part, it's just us. Now, they've drifted into another idea more recently as Endwalker, actually. where we can actually have a raid group that does not consist of us and other players, which I will not talk about in detail. But I know that's kind of an asterisk-y answer, but that's kind of the long and the short of it. We did a fairly large amount of FF14 solo in lore, and then they started drifting away from that. Believe it or not, the original reason is very boring, Yura. The kimono, not this one actually, the other one I have, was a gift from my sister. She thought it would look good on me. She was right. And so I started wearing it, and I found out that it fulfilled the same general mandate of the suit, while also being substantially more comfortable, especially because it doesn't retain heat nearly as well. And, you know, heat is a huge problem for me. So, yeah, no, I agree with you, Blake Tavall. Like, some specific dungeons and raids feel like they're being done solo, even if they aren't. It's not like over in World of Warcraft, where every dungeon and raid is done with a group, and that has always been true. I would assume they do Rain 36, but I actually couldn't speak for them. I don't really dip into the FF14 community all that much, outside of mine own, of course. Yeah, they will even say things. Get a group of champions together. Get a group together. Go do this thing.
Were it not for this hero's actions, we would have all perished atop Mount Hyjal. All life, both Ganir and Nordrassil, would have been destroyed by the Legion. The Mother Tree's gifts are everywhere. For centuries I have watched over Ganir. Today it nearly fell to the corruption I swore to fight. It is time for another to take my place. Therefore, I hereby pass along my station to this hero. A true protector of life. A true guardian of the dream. Thank you again, Shando. I will remain here, in the Dream Grove, if you ever have need of my guidance.
Well, that's the question, isn't it, Evo? We don't actually know if there is one... So, okay, so what Uther said, as much as it pains me to admit it... Hey, look, there's that spiral look again. As much as it pains me to admit it, Uther is correct. The player character being a character in WoW is something that is or isn't true depending on what exact moment in time we're at, right? In Legion, we're pretty definitively characters. In, say, Warlords, we practically aren't. In BFA, we functionally don't exist. In Shadowlands, we're the chosen one but have no impact on things. It bounces all over the place. Having said that, it has been confirmed several times that there is at least one character per class. Notice how I say that, though, because we don't know if it's one per class or one per spec. Now, if you ask me, I think per spec makes a lot more sense. In lore, it's actually extraordinarily rare to the point of practically non-existent that there is, for example, a druid who is very good at being a bear and very good at being a boomkin. And you don't see often many multi-spec mages, to use another example. Oh no, I'll be wearing those for Dragonflight and War Within, Ross. Ah, that's right. So, Animal Crossing is the greatest game ever made, Disco. What was your question? I've actually missed it at this point. Yeah, exactly, Rain 36. Oh. That could be too, Blake Duvall. I don't know. It's like, it's not that hard for a rogue to be, you know, a mage rogue who is also a rogue who's good at fighting things with a gun. But a, say, Demo Warlock is a very different spec from an Affliction Warlock, to use another one. Yes, Ross, I am tired of talking up things. The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther. I think we could get one more class in. Yeah, Shadow Priest is actually a really good example. You can't really be a Shadow Priest and a Holy Priest. It's functionally not possible. And I know what you're going to say, Discipline Priest, but that's the point, isn't it? At that point, you'd just be a Discipline Priest. So there really does have to be 3 priests. Oh, that's easy, Disco. First of all, I don't, because Animal Crossing is vetoed, because it would be a terrible stream game. Rather than doing Eindenukes, let's do this really quick. Probably Cure White Noise, most likely. Ignore that quest. Have the Dragon Isles await and a quest for... Okay, whatever. I am not. Let's go fix that. Do I enjoy Animal Crossing? Actually, no, to be quite honest with you. I find it has essentially nothing to do. There's no content to it.
It's so nice
for
to
me.
see you. If you find a powerful weapon, just make sure it isn't corrupted by the Burning Legion or old gods, okay?
I mean, it is the definition of a chill game. And I have plenty of chill games, like Mega Man, or Satisfactory, or Civilization, or Stellaris. Stardew Valley, the thing is, Stardew Valley is fundamentally different from Animal Crossing. Stardew Valley has a fairly substantial amount of content. Quests and progression, and levels, and feats, and achievements, and stories and arcs. Animal Crossing doesn't have any of the things I just listed. These, if memory serves, are from Nighthold, I do believe. In fact, I think this whole set is from Nighthold. Holy crap, it's the Lich King. I love how, of all the other ones, the Lich King just beams a thought into your brain. Hear me, Nayrin. The Legion has returned to us. They hope to control us, bend us to their wills. Fools. They'll only walk back within reach of our blades. Your brethren within Dolorn have begun to meet at Crassus Islandi. Go meet with Duke Langtrell, and all will be explained.
Destiny calls to you.
Agreed, Ross. It is a bit of a moneymaker, and it's actually very well suited to the handheld format. I mean, it makes sense. The third Lich King does have the ability to telepathically connect with any undead in the world, or all of them, simultaneously. By the way, I don't know if this is a deliberate reference, but I love that the name of his mount is Zeomus. Add one R right there, and that is a very different name. Oh, almost assuredly not Jay Palmer. Anyways, real answer to Disco. Any game that doesn't have a definitive end is a game that I actually have a very simple rule on, because we've reviewed several games that don't have a definitive end to them. What we do is we review them until we feel like we've covered the majority of the content. So, you know, if we're playing, random example, Civilization 7, then it's like, okay, we play. Okay, I feel like we've covered most of the content at this point. You know, we've seen most of the mechanics, we've seen as much of the story arcs or the playstyle, and what we can do and how we can do with it, chkunk, and we call it there. Sometimes we'll go a little bit further, sometimes we'll go a bit less, but you get the general idea. What is this sword? Oh, this is my actual sword. No wonder it looks like crap.
Shop, browse. Smell.
It looks like I lied, Euro. This is the PvP variant of the Nighthold quest. That looks like a good Death Knight sword, sure.
Beware of Yeti.
Speak your piece.
I'm sure you have many questions, but we're going to have to wait for a war now. We have to move quickly, but I'll try to explain what I can.
Suffer well.
We have an unexpected ally in this war, and we're going to need every advantage we can to defeat the Legion. The Ebon Blade will serve as the Lich King's arm, as long as the Scourge is confined in Northrend. In return for our assistance, our ally has offered to assist in obtaining powerful weapons for the strongest of our knights. Weapons powerful enough to end the Legion once and for all. You're one of the best. I want you to decide which weapon you would like to seek out.
Tomorrow is another day.
We're actually going to do Unholy first. No, we're skipping ahead a little bit because... I just want to get this over with, is really the answer to that.
What? There's work to be done.
Yeah, I just want to be done with Karzan.
We are done here.
There is an ancient blade lost in the echoes of time that has the power to bring vengeance upon the Legion. It is known as Apocalypse. I have sensed the blade in possession of the Dark Riders of the Deadwind Pass. Their magic conceals them from my sight, but they cannot hide from the Scourge. They were last seen by my agents near a place called Manor Mistmantle.
The sanctum of the Dark Riders is hidden even to my sight, though many in Duskwood have given their lives to unearth it. I sense one such presence in Manor Mistmantle, a man strong in the light. If he could be bent to your will, he may prove to be the key you require.
So, do we be polite or do we kill his ass? I'm kind of leaning your way on that, Uther. I wanted to hold off on that opinion until I actually did them. That's also one of the reasons I sped this one up a little bit. But you'll notice these are very similar to each other. Too similar to each other. And that's the problem. Why is my bar wrong? Hold on. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. My bar is very wrong. What the hell happened here? I got Brigwind. Nobody Brigwinds me. Except Brigwin herself. And that's not even a sex joke. Alright, God, what's this thing called? There we go.
Stay back! I may be wounded, but the light will protect me. What? Have you not come to finish what the Dark Riders started?
Why would you think that? Don't I look like such an amiable, friendly sort?
Let me show you the light.
Okay, we'll attack him.
So be it. By the light be purged!
I don't have my pet out. Hang on. I summon the local damned. All the local damned. Feast on his remains, my minion.
Stay your weapon! The Riders will be upon us soon enough, and nothing is gained if we both die here. Help me hunt them down, and I will tell you what I know.
Very well.
How can the light serve? I am the light's vengeance. Go with the light. The light redeems. It seems you've been followed. Dark Riders!
I mean, I could have killed him and then brought him right back up. Especially as this. I am an unholy Death Knight. And they know I am an unholy Death Knight. So there's nothing preventing that from happening here. No, we're a smuggler problem here. I don't have a good answer to that, Aurelio. Two very different eras, with very different people and very different understandings of the game. And yes, the jailer is the brother of Takuva. Yep, the third Lich King was I bend him to your will. You will not be stopped. Not by the Legion, or the Scourge, or the Alliance, or anyone. I will rule this artifact quest, or see it burnt to ashes around me. You try to get in my way. The more I think about it, the more I'm pretty sure we're going to completely eject the jailer from our Warcraft. We can make him into something, but honestly, why bother? No, for real. The jailer... This is something we'll talk about when we get to Shadowlands. The jailer's just not... He doesn't serve any purpose that isn't already served by something else. He is another ancient, terrifying Death Lord thing. Of which we already have like 5 at that point. It's the quest in BFA, which even indirectly references that. It's like, hey, we need to figure out why what happened to Vol'jin. Let's go talk to all the ancient Death Lords we know about. I can too. It's because we couldn't kill Sylvanas. It's probably why the jailer is such a nothing burger. Like, imagine you have an entire story arc planned out for, I don't know, Anakin. Or whatever. Like, some major character. And then someone's like, no. And you're like, okay, so here's Schmanakin. And Schmanakin is now going to be the person who has that character arc. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, Ashara's interesting. The other character in War Within is interesting. Gul'dan, alternate Gul'dan, is fantastic. Arthas is a classic. I liked Garrosh quite a bit, too. The jailer's just... Why are you here? I mean, again, we know why he's there. But... Denathrius was a better villain than the jailer. Although we never really did much with him. He just had really, really good presentation. That being said, good presentation does salvage a lot when it comes to a character, so I'll give him that. The jailer, in addition to being a terribly written character, did not have good presentation. His voice actor was boring. His visuals were boring. So, boring, boring, boring. Boring written, boring visual, boring audio. That's the trifecta right there. Wet soil, shallow graves? I think the general's referring to the grave sites near Karazhan. Nobody knows who's buried there, but they may be the key. You can speak to the dead, right? Sure. I cannot be a part of what you must do. We do what we must. Or we will later, anyways. The idea of... I've said it before, and I was always behind everything villain can work, but you're starting downhill, you know? You have a lot of work to go through in order to get that to actually work and for the audience to be on board with it. Because it's automatically starting at a bad point. What's up, J. Palmer? I haven't seen Elementary, so I can't even speak to that. Did you guys submit to me already? God dang it. Oh, no, J. Palmer. No, no, why would you say that? Oh, that was completely fruitless. What's interesting, I was thinking about that too. The writers not only had to make up for the Banished One's gigantic plot holes, but they still had the same mandate that the Banished One had. Can't kill off Sylvanas. And let's be real, that's a hell of a mandate.
Aradin, no! Why did you unearth that cursed blade? It must be retrieved. He cannot control the unbridled wrath within. Go to the catacombs. The curse must be lifted.
I've said for years that the problem with Sylvanas in Shadowlands is the problem with the jailer, not Sylvanas herself. I was mocked and derided for that for years. But as more and more information has come out from behind the scenes perspective, all I'm going to say is I've been proven right bit by bit.
What do you need?
So,
and the light's vengeance.
Oh, we turn the sound back off because this is back to repeat content. So how many negatives do we give this? Like, I mean, this we actually have a term for this. This is straight up padding. Because it is just the same damn quest, with very minor alterations. Us interacting with him initially has changed. The details we get from the journal are slightly different. And the thing we just did is a little bit different. And I believe the fight is going to be slightly different with Aradin up ahead here. Fine. 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 Fine! Oh yeah, how do we get across this? Sorry, this is slightly different too. Yoink! Very slightly different. Yeah, because they did a better job with this with the tomb. I'm not too worried about that. It's also worth noting we went different directions in the tomb each time. And of course, obviously, everything with Tyr's thing is fantastic, so no complaints on that front. Where is my pet? But I think this is the big one. This is the one that's just like, what are you doing? So there's Apocalypse. Demonic artifact. Of course, gotta have demonic artifact. It's very important. So I'm feeling 1 for the Nexus problem. And I'll hold off on Niskara because I think we're actually going there again. We'll see how bad it is on that particular reiteration. But I do feel 1 for the Nexus. And honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say 2. No, I'm going to challenge that. 3 for this one. For Karazhan. The problem in both cases is it's not just going to the same place. It is completely identical content. With like a bare bones glossing over, like someone filed off the numbers, and that's it. That's the variance. Anyways, Apocalypse, woo! Please let me kill you.
Feel the wrath of the World Ender!
Druid was good.
It calls to souls long dead. You are not the only one who can control the undead, Death Knight. Souls of the dead, aid your master! No!
Yes, aid me, souls of the dead.
Is mine!
The power was not yours, Aradin. You did not wield Apocalypse. Its dark energies wielded you as its weapon.
Voice? Father?
Rest now, my son. The curse is lifted.
And then he's promptly eaten by Ulthalesh. Moving on.
It's over. The deed is done. Take your weapon. I must return the other artifacts to their rightful owners. I hope for both our sakes that we do not meet again.
Yeah, I'll kill you later.
How can the light serve? Go with...
I can sense the power of the world ender within you, Death Knight. You are prepared for the war to come. Join me at the Frozen Throne. I would meet my new champion, face to face.
So someone asked earlier if the Ebon Blade were aware of the Lich King, the third Lich King's existence. And by all accounts, the answer to that is actually no. They don't state it outright, but there's several quests and several dialogues, and I've already read a couple of them out loud, which seem to indicate that they were a little bit surprised to be contacted by the third Lich King. Like, just imagine that. I am here. Oh, crap! Do not worry. Tirion might have known, but I doubt he would have told anybody. And he's part of the, like, what is it, 6? It's like Sylvanas. No, Sylvanas didn't know, excuse me. So it was Jaina. No, she didn't know either, did she? No, she did. So Jaina knew. Tirion knew. Darion knew. We knew. Which, so there's 36 of us, or whatever. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Sylvanas did actually know. You're right. So Sylvanas knew. That brings us to 4, by the way. That might be it, actually. That might be the list. But like I said, they never confirmed that outright. It just makes sense.
You have done well. Ascend to my throne and receive your charge.
We do what we must.
Where the weak showed mercy, you did not hesitate to strike. Where the unworthy were vanquished, you have conquered. I now mark you with my sigil. Let all recognize you as the enforcer of my will.
Do I have to?
Go. Ensure that not a single demon escapes my wrath. Crush all who stand in your way.
Okay. Pleasant. Well, no, we never had our free will, kind of. There's definitely an asterisk there. There's a short story leading into Shadowlands, which confirms something I had been saying for years that everyone constantly disagreed with me about. And I just bring that up because, God, it really pissed me off. Sorry. That I kept constantly saying, here, based on analysis and digging into the lore, this is what's true. And everyone constantly said, well, they never say that outright in the game, therefore you're wrong. Anyways, so the third Lich King is constantly beaming a command into basically every undead's, or rather every Death Knight's mind, which basically says, have free will. Make your own choices. We don't really have free will in any real sense of the word. We are being commanded to have free will by virtue of not having it. That only goes away at the beginning of Shadowlands. They even reference it directly, finally, in that short story I just mentioned. And yeah, Acaris makes too much sense for the Ebon Blade, so I don't mind it being here.
All is not lost.
The champion of the Lich King returns, and with a mighty weapon to bear against our foes. May the Legion tremble at the sight of our forces.
A shadow of hope remains.
Jesus, Shadow
You are
Machine.
given a position that befits your accomplishments. Knights of the Ebon Blade, assemble as we honor one of our own. Before us this day stands our comrade in arms. You have all heard the legends of countless battles fought, of trials overcome at great cost. His exemplary deeds in the name of the Ebon Blade have shown him to be one of the best of us, worthy of our highest honor. By the will of the Lich King, and upon my authority as High Lord, I declare that this champion, wielder of Apocalypse, will henceforth be known as Death Lord of the Ebon Blade. You will all bow to him as you once did to me, and carry out his will against the Legion!
Kind of like the title Death Lord, I'm not going to lie to you. Speaking of which, can I? I think I can't. Sadness. One moment, please.
For us there is no peace, no rest.
Another time.
I'm, as usual.
You need something?
The greatest heroes on Azeroth have gathered to face the Burning Legion. But heroes alone will not save this world. Salvation will come at a price the living cannot pay. The time of the Four Horsemen has come, and you will bring about their return. Nazgrim, the fallen general of the Horde, shall be the firstborn. Go now and see that it is done.
So, there's something I've joked about and referenced several times. Yeah, we're not done with Nazgrim yet. Sorry, buddy.
We know much about sacrifice. We will see the Four Horsemen. I have my reservations, but I will obey your will, Death Lord. The Horde will be outraged, but Nazgrim will make a powerful Death Knight.
You know what, let's actually abandon that for now. We'll come back to that. Is it not? Hang on a sec. I mean, we can presume Nazgrim wouldn't mind, but one of the more interesting things about this, and I pointed this out before, is we don't really ask permission in any case. We just pull them right back up. And then after we've rezzed them, it's like, alright, choice time.
You need something? Leave me be.
So, let's see if Niskara is particularly bad. Gorelix the Flesh Ripper is a monstrous demon weapon. By the way, all three of these weapons are demon forged to some extent or another. Just interesting to think about. The Maw of the Damned. He was devastated. He has devastated entire worlds in the name of the Legion. Taking this powerful weapon will require treading directly into the heart of the Legion's assault on our world. The power of the Maw is well worth the risk.
We press on. We will have our revenge.
Gorlix the Flesh Ripper is a monstrous demon. The butcher of 1,000 worlds, he has exterminated countless races with his axe, the Maw of the Damned. A group of Ebon Blade was dispatched to slay him, but they are gone missing. You will succeed where they failed. You'll not be alone in this. I've sent Baron Sliver ahead of you. An artifact gun? Mimeron! No, hang on. Honestly, my first thought is one of the keepers. Like, if we're hitting artifact level, that's probably Titan Forge, right? And guns, technologically, are pretty recent to Warcraft, so, yeah. Which keeper? This looks familiar. I'm pretty sure we went in here as a priest. Yeah, the problem is Mimeron is such an obvious choice that it's, like, weird to pick anything else. What are you doing?
I suppose I owe you one. I almost had my final death there. The Lich King said my partner would be one of the mightiest knights ever known. I assume he was speaking of you. I'll rely upon your skills to get us through this in one piece. Let's get going. Felguard roam the path ahead. I've kept my distance from them, but with you leading the way, we can fight through.
Interestingly enough, considering how organized the Legion is, they assuredly do have logistics workers. And probably an insane amount of paperwork, too. Sliver, could you do your frickin' job for a second, please? Apparently not. Jesus. What is going on with my build? I'm literally missing abilities. I like that idea for a gun, Aurelia, just not an artifact level gun, that's all. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I don't have... Well, Vampiric's over here, but it shouldn't be there. Do you even have room tab? Not. There it is. Why is that over here when this should be here?
down the barrier. Watch my back. Just a little and down.
What is this? More foolish mortals infesting my realm? You've come a long way just to die.
Yeah, sorry.
Escape while you can! This demon is too strong to...
Silence! I shall drain your blood next!
I forget which weapon it is. I'm almost positive it's a mage staff. But one of the artifact weapons wasn't actually forged by anyone great or powerful or contains a heart or soul or a sentient entity or anything like that. It was just improved. Oh, it's one of the monk weapons. It was improved over time by all the people who wielded it. So, like, you know, I get the weapon and I add such and such enchantment to it. And I die and I pass it on to Smiristar, who adds such and such enchantment to it. And she dies and passes it on to Uther, who adds such and such enchantment to it. And it just kind of got stronger and stronger and stronger over time. I feel like one of the mage staffs was like that too, but I know that the monk weapon was. I haven't talked about it during the Warcraft.
I think something.
Die by my blade!
Do I have to? I'd rather not.
Well, if it isn't Margrave's protege, Minerva. Finding you strung up like this is a surprise. I would have expected a more gory end.
Spare me your paltry words, Sliver. I've not taken my final breath yet. These cursed demons are gonna learn a new meaning of suffering when I get free. A beast called Zalinor carries the keystone that unlocks these bindings. Set me free and I'll help you rip the bastards apart.
Okay.
I suppose you'll be more useful to us alive. Very well. Let's be swift about this.
I can't find the actual lore tidbits for the monk weapons, which is very frustrating. So I'm just gonna walk away from that. It's one of them. We'll get there. This hurts. Wow. Sliver, you're my deep, so you're just gonna run ahead without your tank? Never mind. You're my deeps. Of course you are. Stupid question. Sorry. What's a monk? Yeah, they even kind of repeat the ganir tidbit.
New subjects. What delicious secrets will you hold?
I don't think I have any secrets, dude. I died, was brought back, and then I kept going. No, that's not what I was looking for, Papanix. I'll figure it out later. I'll have to. I'll be reviewing it. Oops, I was already at well.
So many secrets remain.
Finally, the keystone is ours. Let's head back.
That's much better. We don't have much time. Margrave is taken to the Citadel. The only thing I've seen come out of that place are demons and corpses. We'll need to break in there to get him out.
We're here to slay a demon, not rescue every failure who couldn't get the job done.
What? Don't you have any sense of duty to aid your fellow knights?
I don't care. Slaying the demon is our first priority. Come, we've wasted enough time with this blathering.
You're a cold one, Sliver. Fine, I'll help. But if we have any chance of getting Margrave out alive, we should take it. The Legion took my weapons from me, so it's only fitting that I take one of theirs.
Oh, Sliver just fell into my sword. Oh, man. How unusual.
What's the delay? Go already! Ow! Ow!
Fool! Has your mind rotted to dust? The Legion's magic is easily avoided.
Interesting tutorial for use magic. Oh god, anti-magic shield. There we go. That's interesting, Uther. Of course, because the Alliance are the good guys, but let's just know.
Legion conquers all!
Another damned barrier! Watch my back. We'll probably get jumped again.
Oh, okay. Oh no, we're being jumped. I saw about that, Uther. And I'm generally in favor of it, not gonna lie. We'll have to see it in action to really know.
More incoming! Intercept them!
Yeah, so far I have gotten 0 crests. Because I don't do mythics. The reason I don't do mythics is because I don't have the gear to do mythics. Which I need. In order to get that, I have to get crests. I mean, in fairness, there's other reasons I don't do mythics.
The barrier's down. Move quickly!
Foolish mortals! Are you so eager to take the place of my next meal? So be it! This prisoner is useless to me anyway! Its blood is weak and stale!
I'm probably wrong then, Uther. I thought I was capped at 606, I think is what I'm at right now. Granted, information wasn't, like, super well organized. And a lot of the information I was getting was from PTR stuff. So, So this is a good time as any to mention. I've already talked about this because this came up for Tirion back in Warlords, but a consistent thing is you can consume souls, and it gives you power, but it's a diminishing return situation, and it makes you more and more and more dependent for less and less and less gains. It also really screws with you. Guess what the weapon we're about to do is designed to do.
What are you doing? Run, you fools! The demon is near!
I'll guzzle your blood!
All I'm saying is if I could 3-man mythics, I would. I'll take that. Sorry, Margrave. Probably one of the coolest looking artifact weapons in my opinion. There's just something about a massively spiked axe that works for me.
Good. Now let's get out of here. The Lich King will be eager to hear of our success.
Crunchies, lucky doos and roots.
Poor Margrave. The final death claimed you at last.
So, there's your basic appearance. There's the upgraded appearance. You can also get this scythe-looking thing. Or a straight-up axe if you prefer. Or, definitely not Shadowmourne. I think I'm actually going to go with the original for that.
May your feet find good...
Agreed. I mean, yeah, there's polearm, but... Come on.
Harness your hate. Make it useful.
That axe makes me feel uneasy. Its power is undeniable, but its very essence embodies eternal hunger. We'll use it when we must, because we must do whatever it takes to win this war. Still, I'd be careful with that weapon if I were you.
We are eternal. We are unyielding.
Are we, though? Agreed, Uther. I get the benefits, especially in an RPG, of limiting weapon type. There's some really valid, cool, and interesting stuff you can do both gameplay and story-wise there. That hasn't been done since, arguably, Kata.
I will listen. For now.
So, Frost. Frostmourne, even 4 years after its destruction, remains one of the most infamous weapons in all of Azeroth. A bit of necromantic power. Hang on. No, that is actually right. Yeah. With a bit of necromantic power, the broken shards can be reforged into a set of rune blades that have the potential to be as powerful as their predecessors, if not surpass it entirely. So, Frost.
Make it quick. Ashes to ashes.
I have ordered your brethren to Icecrown to prepare for the coming conflict, but I have more important fate in mind for you. You will be the hand of our vengeance. Now, did you notice that he forced me to use Summon and Deathgate to go to him? Because he can just do that. That's true, Thor.
Ah, so the Lich King chose you to be his hand. I'm not surprised. We have all heard of your exploits. Our forces have gathered from all across Northrend. When the call to action comes, and it will come soon, the Knights of the Ebon Blade will be ready. Make no mistake, we are not bound to this new Lich King. However, he may prove a valuable ally against the Legion. For now, our goals align with his. And in the meantime, it is in our best interest that the Scourge stay contained. The gates of Icecrown lie to the north. Do not keep our ally waiting.
I like that slight emphasis, ally. Also, if I can jump in here really quick. I talked about this extensively during the lore run. The third Lich King is absolutely terrifying.
Hurry up, Minerva! We're about to pull out of here. Mogreen will kill us if we hold things up.
We're already dead, idiot!
Enter, champion. There is much to be done. Many of the souls, freed by Frostmourn's destruction, wander the halls of Icecrown, lashing out in eternal torment. Destroy them, and gather the fragments of the blade, for they will be the heart of your new weapon.
Okay. I really like where Frost's at these days. I'm just gonna say that really quick. It feels like an even better arms. Honestly, not the first time I've said that, too. Enhancement Shaman kind of feels like a better arms as well. I should mention, I like arms. I do like Fury better than arms, though. 100%.
Maelgan's soul was cursed to relive the moment of his death for eternity, and will see you as his enemy. Destroy him.
He was in the Frozen Throne campaign. He's even got the old model for it. By the way, if it wasn't obvious earlier, yeah, no. The Citadel is complete... excuse me, the... Oh god, I can't think of the word. Glacier. The glacier is completely melting around the Citadel here. Like, it's actively melting and falling apart. Which is great. I don't like this button setup. I don't like that either. I don't like that either. I don't like any of these. I'll try that for a minute. Yeah, you can really tell the difference between the really good artifact quests and then Kara's.
Tortured within Frostmourne till he cursed the light. Now that he has forsaken it, slay him.
Do we have to? Is that a requirement of this interaction? That's a good question as we restart. I don't know. I mean, I think the reasoning, and this is just presumptive, Uther, is they were like, well, we've already got a big old two-hander, right? That would be Shadowmourne, to be more clear. So, screw it. Put that and... Ah, that's fair, Uther. Yep, I'm almost positive the guy we just killed is one of the paladins we killed when we're going to find and kill Uther in order to get the urn that has King Marinus's ashes in it. King Tyrannus's ashes. King Tyrannus Menethil. And yeah, there's Margoth. Magroth.
When consumed by Frostmourne, the soul of Magroth refused to give up the light. Show him the error of his ways.
Oh, okay. See, the thing I always found most terrifying about the third Lich King is we didn't know where he was going to jump. He's certainly anti-Legion, but that's about as far as that goes.
Once hailed by Arthas as a brother, Gavinrad too was ultimately fed to Frostmourne. Grant him a final death.
Yeah, Gavinrad's a little bit more recognizable. They even reference him in the Paladin Hall, if I'm remembering correctly. Interesting. Pillars of Frost is actually off global cooldown.
Frostmourne. From its broken form, you will create a blade without equal. Approach and channel your power into it to create your weapon. Hey look, it's Ner'zhul and Arthas.
Yes, you are right. I will bear any curse to have my revenge.
Also, this is what I didn't show you. This is the inside of Frostmourne.
An intruder? You won't stop me. Frostmourne will be mine! Nothing will stand in the way of my vengeance.
How dare you interfere? His soul belongs to me!
And yeah, this is what Frost DKs get. Easily the best Frost. Easily the best Death Knight quest of the three. And it... What? Like, I don't mind it being this high quality. Why is it the only one that's this high quality?
Let the darkness consume you. Feast upon the souls of the damned.
And yes, this is not them, to be clear. Even under the old rules, as in the old way the Afterlife worked, this is not them. Just echoes, imprinted upon a cursed artifact. Yeah, grooves on a record. We know where Arthas and Ner'zhul are, actually. We will encounter both in Shadowlands. Better or worse.
I see only darkness before...
Curse you, interloper! All my plans ruined.
Okay, I'm with Uther, though. These are dorky-looking swords. At least in their default.
You have done well. Ascend to my throne and receive your charge.
Like, you take Frostmourne and you make this out of it? What?
Where the weak showed mercy, you did not hesitate to strike.
Charge! Oh, sorry.
Worthy were vanquished. You have conquered. I now mark you with my sigil. Let all recognize you as the enforcer of my will. Go, ensure that not a single demon escapes my wrath. Crush all who stand in your way.
Honestly, we've seen them do some good remix graphics in Legion, in addition to otherwise. Like, look what they do with the Scythe of Elune, for example. Them just doing remix graphics of Frostmourne, I said that right, would have honestly been awesome. But no.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer.
So for perspective, here's our other option. So we got this thing, right? Slight different recolors. Then we've got the enhanced version, which, oh, sorry, is this one, which just adds a layer of ice to it and honestly doesn't really improve it much for me. There's this thing. I don't even know what this is trying to be. This one's kind of cool, but basically just a bunch of bones hacked together. These are interesting, but have nothing to do with being a Frost Death Knight. And that's pretty much the list. There we go. Or I could just do this. Well, we're supposed to be Frost. We'll be Frosty.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
Yeah, I need one-handers, which I don't even have.
We are driven by a single purpose: retribution.
And those are the DKs. Whew. Tomorrow we should actually wrap up the rest of the artifact quests. Then we can get started on the order halls. Ironically, I'm not sure those will take as long. Like, I mean, they're decent, meaty campaigns, but we're also going to be bouncing between them relatively frequently. Tomorrow, let's see, what is left? Tomorrow we will go ahead and do just the two. Eindanux and Zeinjen. Shaman and Monk. And that's it. And no one's stolen my bed, which is fantastic. I mean, I don't know if I can take it if someone stole my bed right about now. I'd have to go crush her like a bug. Okay, she's hiding. I'll see y'all tomorrow.